So you see, you might be tempted to doubt him.
He never sleep or slumber. My God, the promise keeper, sees every tear that falls. Every tear that falls. My God is never early, and He is never late. He's always there, right on time. Right on time, you know. And if He said it, surely He meant it. And if He meant it, surely He would do.
Not even have a hint or a clue of that beautiful thing which He's doing in your life, but in the end you would understand when He's done with what He's weaving, when He's done with what He's molding, when He's done with that plan that is shifted into full gear. But until then, have faith, have confidence, believe, be rest assured that He who has said it will watch over it and perform it. And if I may catch us on Yankopon, and someone can found who, and someone one union, and someone impo die more catch a war, and someone will numb or defu be catch a war, and someone impo when no Yankopon added two or come upon to say, obey concerning your life, and obey nya abutre, nya otwen honhom, na hwe awrade Yankopon, se wonye bibia, ebe masi ni patimpa, wona sumu, ebe wonchi, if it's when Yankopon waka. Wobehwe nasem so no wa ne pepepe e de ama wo woni hu ye waso ente and so sometimes say e bia na ewiase abrabo mu nsem na ehum no etuo na mfama no ebo na asoche no ama ne muso. Sometimes you feel you're alone, sometimes you feel you've been left by yourself, sometimes you feel God has left you. But in all those moments Onyankopon is just with you, watching over His word. I remember one day in the Bible, He spoke and He says, even in the darkness, even when there was so much darkness and nothing seems to be in order, the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. In the beginning, the creation period, who tells you that you are by yourself? So what can kwadia obey afa home? Meeting at the simulation. And I pay me more about the Valentine edition of the Happy Morning Show. And then, a be butu, no eso. The same home. Yet the Nigerian Kwan, it is studio Hanum say, because you're card of four, any other four album, happy mass wedding. And then it's all excitement, and we're going to support families to bring their loved ones together. New families are going to be made today. And today the journey starts. And then I pay the etianum say, yedi energy kwa and yedi etianum say, not yedi reports ni ye chegwe ni yedi pictures ni yedi videos ni yedi blow ni because ene ye kware ye koye dondo. And to ni nama when he say ene ebeko na kakra slow but sure yedi odon komo ene Valentine's Day no na afi yedi chocolate kakra so enamase ni yedi namase ene yedi do ewa fidi so and to bombardia so fidi no ever the happy 98.9 FM and afi ETV Ghana nisim 95.9 and 100.1 yet was need in koma na enche ACP retired Victor Tando at the road city tidbits na ever brain ewia ne agembene the headlines of the newspapers no atwa so yet the sports updates so ever man for near Chasia yedi enkomo but until then I encourage you to go to Facebook next happy 989 FM and I say ETV Ghana na also far a year of comments na for brain now share link no amado phone nyina ete make say wabra ye headlines na so no yebebo modern near the trending issues social media on more discussing e de ho nsem enso abro to afidie no and na hanom say yeni ACP nko enkodi nkomo as say ni ACP retired Victor Tando dinkomo no the road safety tidbits na ebre ACP anapense mo kwaba
major so this year
na impomo ko de ja
ya mental the boss patrol
da erade ase yo anape de oni na nteja
yo be do ase remember for more happy FM ai mamu ina kwaba Kudi na otewie no. Enya de amen so dum na bedra so twem. Yemi nyina ho so happy Valentine Day. Yami nkoson kam nkoson tre mushim. Ete for mutage medi anope mamu nyina chen. Omo chen de shi and mobile side medi kesi so ewo happy FM 98.9. Anope any idea boss Sami Eshon and the Edremo. Omo eboni ti do mani bene Justice Nati Isaac Adey. The father nkwa Raymond Nyamado. Era Fatisha Ibu Ali Pastor Thomas and Director Kwame Yamte. So for the means only a dingy to only a dingy. Now to be a minada and a quincy minada. Man above Pandy or hand bonnet should be entering. So a drum and party and yes, sophomore then they or the phone was made a tosso a do nine. Now, as I can say, Obrahuna Major, what to me. As I do, dear, and I mean, me and the capris from Fibu. In the church, one to pay said by His grace. So we are alive. I mean, champagne free, opening a doubt. Oh, a showman opening. Good morning. You may be at our commerce proper. Chief Asari, I entered down for her. Burma, I salute you. Nebus of Funina, Mamuna, happy Valentine's Day, Yamin Shram. Master Kwesi, one a jasco. Most of whom, and as a boy, Mamuna, and a pain. Many would draw quating or Providential Bank. So, I'm watching on a pay when I would rubber for them penny for another. Ora being Canal Central University, also watching on a pay. And Ora Tavia, I have a transport tema. Penny, and Mauno, or Boom Crawfording and Archer. I mean, she's a moonada. It was a form of major any in your homicide day at 3 or G4. They can't or G4 or the 4 and 1. And the happy from 4 did to my uncle. And then depending on personal worry, Nanka or my worry and home. Yo, how near the 8. And almost maybe a show money so. And age market work, or more boa, a month will be no more worry. I hope cattle draw no in a put droning another, or maffa. Into G4, and then a Valentine Day. And Saturday, there are 2 Penidia, or so for Roman Sopho. Or no, na yem yo, and in a homo poor our no. It do be no, but the name correct a castle. And no cosra, go for our idiom prisons. Or quite our face on Tibia Tier, they say, come, hey, Obuko and show crowd pensio, get to Papa Equana, why smugglers are no maybe, or the Shishan no, or quite no, they are come on. No mean a bibi kakrasa no oh any be hallelujah nyum kwa oh man ya chine safa so read ma odi no hey ene dan no enye sebi dasun ku bia ye nye ye pepa ye ho ko dedaja the number bi na de bi ene da o atoye bia wakọ bia mofre be bia mofre yare gui be bia yare fo bi gu and many no maybe what do be a would call they are called showing young they are called bow. It's been a happy for ye, ama in young be so any or my hook for in a day. I do 4 or the 4 bosom any woman. And to be a bit me, I do me a beer and quano. Yes, never buono, fadginunqua, pabuano, and ne a day. I say no. Cacaminimum, or mensum, the infitual money be. Let's see a year we shoot here. Let's see a kai a lot of council. So ye could near be with home, and I'll be fat. What could you be? And I know Valentine Day, and me who may be an amampo, a baby. We didn't more in the home, the who may be a overfat. When they push away to what? Yabutre, Yabadaye, but then your door or door. Ye the edit say in animal of much or more bread. You want to be a lady means a woman and none Lord Kwan who says at the end. I'm a copy by my doy. I that could be with you. Now, see. This a 5 for the end be crowned now, but teacher Mao. Wow, who's it? Who know be your home or beton? That's a why ye at doy, why DP at that shit. Yam. Mr. Kwam, Send ye ban so don't for them became on ye no the abasun demo. Bibi do hanu musu akwanche bisi akwan so die. A free sala Valentine that can see with you. I don't know no. I don't care who my PBC in the day no. Or money at any insure and for mine.
As you know, say for a road safety tidbit or the Aberni, but also now the headlines of the newspapers now about the fall. As I say, the headlines of the newspapers now Ebremo, our Happy Morning Show, so Jumedia, Ekoso, our ETV Ghana, Ekoso, our Happy 98.9 FM, Ekoso, our Nisim 95.9 and 100.1. Yemo Kwaba Safina do feeding at one here. Ekoso, our Facebook, Twitter, any Instagram, we bet follow conversation or that also comments via one or the Abrain. So the Fubi and aiding the birthday and then or the Fubi and Abia. Achieving milestone be our person celebrity Onuano Jumedi Iswa about your Aquina El Honma on Subitimi Achia or the phone Jumedi so if I Facebook or na yes eka be with the amount over to me at fire WhatsApp line 020222067 now also the comments no Abraham and pay El Jumedi no so Fati Shaibali El Manchester na we monya madam and so El Mancha yedi aye Jumedi no Bremo Fati good morning.
Good morning, Samuel.
Bibi adedin. Hey, morning.
Samuel morning.
Bibi adedin.
Menyanko ponso.
Eda erade ase. Yo. Yet also the na yemfa Daily Graphic and Shasia and pay Osha front page of the Daily Graphic. One more at Mr. Edwin Provincial Nimfuni Edia to hope was it transforming petroleum sector boasts earmarks 200 million Ghana cedis for projects, 6 depots to be automated. And no Honum snit 6 strategic partners for 6 hotels. Chocolate Day, Otunfor urges increased consumption of cocoa. And also Honoma amount for Ebitimi Akinkai BS offer a Daily Graphic now. French air raids kill 40 fighters in Burkina Faso. And no Tunisian president cements power over judiciary and also amount for Ebitimi Ediomoni Edieche na Omo Akinkai B. Naka must check these slip-ups. And no Honum. Biden vows decisive response if Russia attacks Ukraine. Germany re-elects Steinmeier as president. And Germany joins EU, NATO urging citizens to leave Ukraine. Nina awo ayakrata no emu other stories and so ebi awo Daily Graphic more anopeno ebi any expanding the tax net is the big issue that is being discussed in the Daily Graphic and also so awo honum. New date for e-levy reintroduction soon. Deputy Majority Leader and Ekasa strengthen local governance in your jurisdiction. Dan Botwe urges MMDC is no one is above the law. IGP and Ekasa and artisans need support from government. And El Honum DVLA opens new office in Obuasi and also El Honoma amount for Ebitimi Adi Womani Edi Chinomakin Kan Ebi. Ghana implements action to curb illegal fishing as $200 million spent annually on fish imports. That's according to His Excellency the President and El Honum. Time to tackle cervical cancer head on. And also El Honoma. Amount for Ebitimi Akinkan be choices for government on e-levy. Notes from journalists for business advocacy. And also El Honoma. Amount for being a final stories El Kratanimo. Cool vaccines for safe, effective vaccination against COVID-19. Dishonest naturopathy practitioners call for standardization. And to any stories are Daily Graphic their brain.
The new crusading guide also installs new manche. NLA strikes, arrest 7 illegal lotto kingpins in Kumasi. NPA reviewing act to meet international standards. Court vindicates Kofredra Protua chairman, award 40K against his defamer. DCE's macho men attack school feeding caterers in Amansie Central. Poor and damaged meals for school children. The new crusading guide. That's so. And President Akufo-Addo outlines plans of action to combat illegal and unregulated fishing. Ghana share landscape emission reductions project launched. Egypt prisoners tortured to give up names, says ex-detainee. Eno Ewo Honum. We will liaise with you to fight fuel smuggling, Upper West Minister assures NPA boss. Saso Ena a coup means killing the state. Professor Jampu condemns fix the country convener. Taso Ena e-levy will help transform Ghana's economy. Okaikwe North constituency organizer. Ghana Advocacy Group honors Professor Eric Sampan Kondo Donko. Saso Ena weed knives retrieved as police arrest 50 suspected criminals. When you now hear the new crusading guide.
The Chronicle says Pio Gabriel's $10 million suit against Muntumi for calling him a thief. Fireworks in court. Ashanti NPP chair insists he interpreted Inus Afuseni's statement. Otaso El paper number say Ghana spends $200 million annually to import fish due to depleting stock. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Valco's Renaissance in the pipeline. Samuel Abujinapo, Land Minister and Odessa Assembly Etuja, and Ada Indigenous Nash teach at Electrochem, others over Songo Lagoon Agreement. When in our air stories and Ope Chronicle at Yaba.
Daily Statesman Enim and Pay Free Zones Authority generates $27 billion in exports and $200 million annual fish imports worrying. And a coup monger for court today. NLE intensifies fight against illegal lotto operators, and a president outlines measures to halt illegal fishing. When in our air stories are our Daily Statesman Nim and Pay.
The Informer. Abuse of free speech. Fix the country conveners foolish bravado. Imminent collapse of poultry industry. Farmers cry out, clamor for subsidy. Point of no return. Adwoa Safo sacked. Ghana card as e-passport brouhaha. Baumia's boy refutes ICAO's claim. NLA task force pounces on illegal operators. 7 arrested in unannounced swoop. I am unfazed. Asin North MP declares Eno Ewo Honum. Saso ena other stories are Ubenya essay. Ghana to regulate carbon emissions in vehicles. Anyone in authority who wants evidence of corruption is blind. Professor Adai Ena Eka 8th Commission to distribute condoms ahead of Val's Day. Youth in afforestation beneficiaries to embark on 3-day protest over unpaid allowances. Proposed 20% expenditure cut to affect goods, services and capital expenditure. Deputy Finance Minister Ena Eka. Big oil CEOs warn consumers face years of high energy prices. When the Informer.
Ghanaian Times and NPA outlaws tabletop fuel stations. Wages war to prevent disaster. Big story about the picture of NPA Chief Executive Dr. Mustafa Abdul Hamid. Autopsy on 13 Apiate explosion victims completed. Dr. Dasmani. Ghana Health Service administers 12.1 million COVID-19 doses nationwide so far. Otuaso paper and must fix the country movement convener expected in court today. Na still ewo Ghanaian Times more anope stories about Timiakan ABC. A man perturbed by government's actions has seen North MP and Odessa Assembly Atuja. CSOs express worry over prosecutorial power to punish free speech. Be polite, be politically conscious, and also asema young women Yakachiromo, and also asema Esther Teria, Executive Director, Emma Gender Center for Empowerment Development, and also asema Odiatuja, I don't know. Private developers to embrace government's housing program. Krobo ECG customers given 2 years to settle bills. Now 50 suspected criminals nabbed in police swoop in Tamale. Now, digitize for efficient operations. Lands Ministry tasks Office of the Administrator of Stool Lands, and also a story paper no Ediaba. Final story what has say ADB to open 14 new branches nationwide. We air stories and pay Ghanaian Times Ediaba.
Finder enemy final paper and pay stories or any ADB to increase branches from 86 to 100. That according to Womong MD. Dr. Baumia unveils shared landscape emission reduction project. Community mining scheme is for Ghanaians only. Abujinapo and Ekasa. President Akufo-Addo outlines plan of action to combat illegal, unregulated fishing. Passport visa info on ID cards shipping up as use of Ghana card takes effect March 1st. Into stories that the final newspaper more.
The custodian. We are reviewing NPA Act to meet international standards. Abdul Hamid Mustafa Ena Eka. Bawumia launches $54.5 million project to protect share farming. How effective leadership? Show effective leadership. Dan Botwe to MMDCEs. Saso and Kumonga Oliver faces court today. NLA strikes Kumasi illegal lotto operators and no ewo honum. Saso and SRM to be implemented fully in 2022. Saso and Ubenya stories to be at Kumasi community mining scheme to create 5,000 jobs. 106 factories operational under one district, one factory. Tatakwashi Cocoa Farm to be among best tourist site. GTA boss Mr. Kwesi Agyemang and Ekasa made the Inquisitor Etwaswa. Indebted African nations, Ghana in fragile 5 after Fitch and Moody's downgrading. World Arm Wrestling Heavyweight Storm Accra. Government and amateurish diversionary tactics. And no honor editorial is my East Assembly technocrats are thieves. MCE's PA claims. So and illegal lotto campaigns busted.
Daily analysts and OPC whistleblower blows alarm. Top GRA official in trouble. Special prosecutor chases him over stolen state vehicle. And no air story Waha. CSOs tell AG to discontinue case against a SEPA boss, but advises media and individuals to tone down on inflammatory rhetoric. NDC imposed over 116% levies, but against 1.5% e-levy. Razak Kojopoku fires. Bawumia launches $54.5 million climate change project to rejuvenate share farming. And a hashtag fix the country leader faces court today after being arrested over cool comments. When in our air stories and OP daily analyst Ediaba.
The Business and Financial Times. Absa Bank manager pays courtesy call on Business and Financial Times. Speculators driving interbank retail forex rate gap. Saso and a customer's appetite for online banking reduces. Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire missing in top 10 chocolate tourism list. The National ASEA, PMMC's role in providing revenue assurance to government on gold export. And no ewo honum. Saso and a market forecast favor potential return of Valco. Storia ewo ahanum. Saso and feature be a woman say our cocoa farmers paid the whole $400 per metric tons levy as promised. And no question ewo ha ye bisa. GIA new stamps out. 10th president, others of GIA anid. And no ewo hodum. Saso and other stories are Ubenya Akai Ewo paper nimu essay. Tallow oil enabling STEM education progression for young females. When you know Ewo, the Business and Financial Times to Ubenya B Akai.
Republic Press. My final paper and the stories I say. Please grab Kumonga. Mahama writes to Akufo-Addo on criminalization of speech. Cape Coast High Court finds 2 Asafo leaders. Dismiss case against Paramount Chief. Over 190 fake electricity prepaid meters from Togo intercepted at Aflao border. And a full rollout of Ghana card e-passport starts March 1. Story about so I'll say a Blackwa revives hate campaign against Akufo-Addo, accuses president of spending 4 million Ghana cedis on official trip. When you know Sema, the Republic Press, they are banned.
Yet also on your website www.happyghana.com. Now, stories are anapay a warn may be any media foundation for West Africa condemns arrest of Accra FM journalist. World Radio Day on JMABC. Radio has become a source of companionship. Veteran broadcaster B.N. Ekasa. Val Real Estate launches Harmonia Residence in Accra. And we are all aligned with the Ministry of Tourism Arts and Culture and the Marine Drive Project, FHPD E4, and Kasa Court grants will be answer 50k bail and no I just have for blackmailing MPP in Parliament. Kennedy Japan reviews. John Mahama writes passionate letter to President Akufo-Addo. I want to leave my husband for my ex-boyfriend. Ghanaian woman be Anna Ekasa. How a proposal refusal turned to a curse. Woman narrates story. Into way stories are and I pay obetimi edit when you do now so I can be a website.
citynewsroom.com and pay stories a be any. Lama Shegu, one left injured after policeman allegedly shot at him in Chief's Palace. Subtle return of criminal libel law under Nana Akufo-Addo very shameful. Alasan Suhini and Odessa Assembly Atuja. Forget about IMF. Let's manage our own affairs with E-Levy in Shiaso MP. Oliver Baka Vomawo on hunger strike in detention. Hashtag fix the country movement. And CDD Ghana to push for justice for victims of 2020 election violence. Also, Ewo City Newsroom will say, site selection for Ghana's first nuclear plant to be concluded by end of this year. And reports suggesting Oliver Baka-Vomawo can't be found false. Ghana Police Service. Comply with laws while discharging your duties. NALAC to MMDCs. NPA to go after tanker owners who engage in fuel diversion. Prosecuting journalists over unsavory comments not meant to gag media. Asefua and Odessa Assembly Abba. Government puts withdrawal relaying E-Levy bill on hold. Goes for an amendment. And also a story Ewaha. And stop apparent reintroduction of criminal libel regime. CSOs to government. And final story Ewaha says GES puts online basic ICT training for pre-tertiary teachers on hold. When you know air stories are citynewsroom.com. I'll bet you me akai.
Google News. A popular African activist detained over coup comment. No honum. Sasso and Ghana's Minister of Youth and Sport tours African Games. Ghanaian musician Angel Maxine discusses musical activism, LGBT plus advocacy. Honum. Sasso and a Pan-African Heritage Museum and City coming up in Ghana. Investment in radio key to Africa's connectivity. When you know air stories are Ubenya Ewo Google News Anope.
Yet also na yenko CNN name for stories I want to be embre adofo Anope oko CNN.com stories no ebi any why a Russian invasion of Ukraine would hurt Americans too. Putin would cause significant damage to Biden's prestige and inflict real-time consequences on Americans, including a further escalation of gas prices. Biden tells Zelensky U.S. would respond swiftly and decisively to invasion. Russia has ruled the disinformation game. The West is trying to change that in Ukraine. Social media videos reveal about Russian military buildup and no honum. Eminem takes a knee during Super Bowl halftime show. And also honum. Russian skating star Valieva awaits verdict on future at the Beijing Games. Flight attendant reportedly used coffee pot to subdue a unruly passenger. And also honum. And New Zealand weaponizes Barry Manilow and James Blunt songs against protesters. And we stories are and pay oko a CNN one more dia brain.
Now you call BBC.com and pay stories about AB and Ukraine seeks meeting with Russia within 48 hours. The day Canada's bridge protesters had dreaded. And also a story about how Rams beat Bengals for late Super Bowl win. Now also how say big banks fund new oil despite net zero pledges. New Zealand protesters stand strong in the face of baby shark. Now Yogi controlled stock market boss. Watchdog says man accused of blasphemy killed by mob in Pakistan. UK tax authority seizes first ever NFT in £1.4 million case. And Swiss approved tobacco ad ban long after neighbors. Energy firm sorry for 2.3 trillion compensation error. And a Chinese streaming site accused of censoring Friends. When you know air stories are oko bbc.com and opera over to me.
Reuters News. Rights group goes to court to get Nigeria to publish agreement with Twitter. France says 40 militants killed on Benin, Burkina Faso border. Sasso and a deputy UN chief left near tears by rape account in Ethiopia. Diplomatic flurry as crunch time on Western military role in Mali nears. We air stories are Oko Reuters are Ubenyabi Akai.
And also na infa weather updates are a free Ghana Meteo for ho and from Bear Adofo Anope na o check updates na womo ede abrena na ebi eni aflao Accra, Kaswa, Cape Coast, Takrade, Axim, and Niho. Yeah, they would experience a misty morning and the lowest temperature will be around 25 degrees Celsius. Area, it will be partly cloudy for these areas. Temperature will be around 35 degrees Celsius. Area, and there will be slight rains in some parts of Cape Coast, Takrade, Axim, but it will be cloudy in the evening for Kaswa, Accra, and Aflao. Temperature would be around 28 degrees Celsius. Offshore the northern Belta, Yendi, Tamale, Bole, Damango, Bogatanga, Nalegu, and Wa. Some dry and hazy moments may be experienced in some parts, and slight and hazy moments may be experienced as well. But temperature will be between 23 and 25 degrees Celsius for this morning. But in Rihanna, it will be dry and hazy for all these areas with temperature around 38 degrees Celsius. And you may it will be slightly hazy with temperature around 30 degrees Celsius. It's way any weather update it bit me at the Abreu Manfo.
Yanko Ghana Health Service website name for COVID-19 updates and to active cases 1,010. Confirmed cases 157,751. New cases 105. Death 1,419. Recoveries and discharge 155,322. The vaccinations now 12,173,367 total vaccine doses administered. Updates way as at 11th February 2022. So echo worldwide figures in total cases recorded 412 million plus 1.83 million. Deaths 5.82 million plus 8,664. Before na me de trend no eba abetua so na anope trend no enyina enim se ene Val's Day. Na ahead of Val's Day no ankofobia musi ye from Stingy Men Association of Ghana etro letters ekoko baby bebre na letter no baako etro ye ekoma President Akufo-Addo and I say Flagstaff House. Now I want to say we as men from Ghana humbly request a total lockdown between 12 and 15 February 2022. May you please close all roads, chocolate shops, KFC, supermarkets, Java, nightclubs and all gift shops. We need to fight this disease together. Together we can beat this COVID-19 as a nation. Omuye no answer ho and omusan etro letter. A Minister of Communication say on Shana networks ni no undisrupted mo send a beya and then no internet enye juma so and I won't mean your calls won't mean your she enti omodes letter na koto ho no and Mrs. Esla Owusu Ekufo ebe reply omo kama and or say Stingy Men Association of Ghana have petitioned my office seeking for a nationwide network disruption tomorrow. Sorry to disappoint the association that my outfit has no such powers, hence the nation shall observe the Valentine's Chocolate Day devoid of network challenges. I remain a technology activist. Ewana association no any other nkofo ye nim say no mo ye members of the association asi there be ye jintu comment ni be by any. Madam Minister, you must act on our request More to the point, we are in opposition. Either you lock the country, disrupt all networks, or you give us chocolate to be given to our babes. Also note that with e-levy, the association members will never send even one peswa to our babies. Act now, Madam Minister. Andrew Ahiakose, Enemies of Progress Minister, this is the day we needed your support most. ISA CEO say, Madam, this is not fair to us. At least hold the network for 6 hours. Saso and Simon Kwartin say, not only in your office, we send some also to God for a heavy rainfall tomorrow from 6 p.m. to 12 midnight. And then say, okay, if you've betrayed us, then we shall petition God to bring heavy rains tomorrow. Kwame Abua say, okay, Madam, the letter was strictly confidential. Compon say, Honorable, this was supposed to be a secret. How come you are breaking the agreement we signed together in your office? You even promised to do everything possible to make sure our request is granted. Anna Samuel Ebokum say, Honorable, Madam, please, we did not ask you to make it public. Please kindly pull this down. Teshibeg say, boyfriend, honey, let's play hide and seek. Girlfriend, no, last year we did it and I couldn't find you until February 15th. No, hono. Also, evangelist Dinah Samoa trendy. Na sisi ano wakasa unse na amanfo enim no as evangelist no na address it to say send amanfo feel say evangelist there say na was address na say no washada etu ne hu esi ho a o dwudwo mi ankasa address fa ha no address fa ha guarantee no gina so awe mu na we yi hairdos ne jai we voni Brazilian hair you fa so anie and amanfo say na ma mi say la onya life a obebo ni say and afi de waba no say if you don't slay, someone will snatch your husband or boyfriend with all your spirituality. Ain't no, or say enunti ena o slay no na address for Christ. I didn't say God has called her doesn't mean say I was so address it anyhow be a keke. Inti odebeto hono ena comment ni bi aba. Mr. Omani Jr. say if you slay or you don't slay, my gender will still cheat. We no get sense. Simple. Bismarck says she has now tasted the fruit of life. Haven't you seen it? Amankwa say after tasting the forbidden fruit, she is now protecting it. Eve couldn't do that. Bra, no problem. See, at this point, Dinah must be our prayer topic. Ken Mensah say, please, so let's leave her alone. She's playing with the big boys now. Fina say, poverty will make you think you are too religious until small money locates you, then you realize you are really a slave queen. Pauke si bua hen say, hey Dinah Samoa. So and since Mr. Drew used her in this song, this woman hasn't been the same again. Na if you want to know another trend that air koso Happy FM Valentine mass wedding. Say undi echira uni say ya mass wedding yisa mfie bebre. Ya manfo abom ya ye nipa 30 nipa 50 nipa 20 couples so enye nipa bako nti couples 50 krana uhun say nipa 100 na mo your wedding nti ye fe no mass wedding no na the mass wedding agidi ama na trendy send ayesi wedding no anope wo hwe me a my ready je say me feel show you so ana me pm e wedding na say nti no mass wedding no koso ene ewo Wanshi Gardens a ye ka couples bebre ye come abom nti for weni behwe enye de ye ka kirew nti ama trendy ewo social media na comment ni bia abano Maria say congratulations in advance and best wishes, God bless the couples. Linda say congrats and best wishes to all the couples, cheers. Jennifer say best wishes, God bless. Camilla Boahin say I am attending Monday's Happy FM mass wedding. Anna Magdalene say, wow, best wishes and keep safe, everyone. Patrick say, God's blessings pour down on all of you on this special day. Much love. Internet and pay. Ebeka kambum ewo honum. Bibia ebe fine, Sammy. Bibia
fine because me beru aha ahomachi hanum say na me hwe squad a omo hanum say ya GMA dey eba no event organization and event dia grow. Na nkofo anka omo de obehu omo adwuma anu say just abo 1 o'clock and obomu ana ahomachi all of them are here and it's all because of a big beautiful event I so nyamepa anope no our One She Gardens. No, we are going to support families to tie the knot, because Kwame Eko no kusi adwa no ne befia enye Kwame ne adwa nkwa no moko ware dabi busua ene ye ka bomu enti ye fan say busua no mododo 30 na the other side 40 40 people coming, 70 people coming together as a result of 2 people meeting themselves. Nti ayade a ye mfendi agro ene se oba na behwe setup ayaye One She Gardens on na couples ni bia me hwe wo videos at the time na wo rehearsals na ayade a ye de 2 pages ni bi so a na ohwe enigie kese after they saw the beautiful setup ayaya ye de ebeye wedding na they got to realize the people who are going to grace the occasion then it tells you say ye enoma papa etitiu enene wo mo ebeshia ejumedi na se na fati imagine say in the arena of sports, no, some of the top names are in sports gracing the occasion. In the arena of current affairs, some of the top names are Momono, Bebre, Eba, Jumedi, so to grace the occasion. Entertainment the Yenka, Bebre, and one more Eba. And so today is going to be a beautiful day. Yene Adofo Ekushemu Niakwako Warrior. It will be live on ETV. And don't worry yourself, say if you are not able to make it, considering say by invitation only, no, you can watch the entire show, no, live or ETV. And I'll call Facebook, obeti me following our honum no share the Ebekoswo One She honum. The essence of the mass wedding said, it is possible for you to marry, in grand style, and with all the glitz and glamour. Wabra won't spend even 1,000 Ghana cedis. That's the essence of the mass wedding. We are telling you, say, it's possible for you to get married. Wabra, umbokepi, and our real kawaya dagini, deswa, because and no money bono thing. Oba wire we no amboka 20 million, 30 million media, obabo. And no you say normal wedding no, and yet akasimu and the car to no. The normal regular wedding no, 30,000 there, Edia Minia, over to your answer no wire. But imagine say, Adofuya or more air warrior, no, 500 Ghana cedis. One more gown, one more suit, one more pabwa, one more diani, hotel or more koda. Say, last time hotel was for mobile and you wouldn't come now here a mobile my year for a year, couples here, and yasam ketwa. The previous ones, no, one more echo outside of Accra, one more quad G woman. Na ofia na efe papa intana pay all roads are leading to One She Gardens. Ye pon ya tiesim ebi enemu a na yenso ye spy kakra ye spy etomwa mo beti ye nkan mepa next year enti mass wedding ye nyina no eho ene ye de ani eche anopay kojo
Sami yeah be share discussion asia and na be remo ewo chronicle na no pe say stories bi oha bako efa fix the country in sensema ekoso na bako so asema efa One Ocean Summit president akopimo ewo France na Republic Press and OPC police grab Kumonga and a story bako so say Ghana spends $200 million annually to import fish due to depleting stock. Yabesha from President Jumidi Odi Ewo France. President Nana Akufo-Addo has told One Ocean Summit in France that Ghana spends $200 million annually to import fish to shore up its requirement. He blamed the import on the decline in the country's fish stock as a result of illegal and unregulated fishing. 70% of the Earth's surface is covered by oceans, which account for the very origins of life as we know it. The world's oceans provide food and subsistence, mineral resources, energy, employment and livelihoods, transport and recreation. Acting as the lungs of the planet, oceans are responsible for 50% of oxygen produced on the planet and absorb 25% of carbon dioxide emission resulting from human activity, the president said. So that is something we support wholeheartedly, and we want to be one of the first to sign up to a global treaty to stop illegal fishing He added, according to him, Ghana, together with Ecuador, Germany, organized a ministerial conference on marine and plastic pollution. This meeting, he stated, came up with very important decisions about what needed to be done to deal with the issues of plastic, for instance, and that there are several components. According to the president, the thrust was to establish a global treaty in the area. Story no also about the One Ocean Summit initiated by the President of France, Emmanuel Macron. The summit sought to step up the international community's ambition on maritime issues and put into practice its shared responsibility for the ocean. President Macron, speaking at the summit, said 2022 will be a decisive year and we should take here in Brest clear and firm commitments. Europe has a key role to play. It is, we and Sam Kakra President Ediatuja revelation of $200 million I spending on fish importation. I don't know, big story. Akupimo from One Ocean Summit, President Akko of France.
Well, Rowan, you know, it's a dicey one when it comes to this conversation about importation. Or my way say more, especially when it comes to essential, be it is a fisher. You know, say a very, 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 very important for any edge fish. And then okope fish atwa ne boy den and then bebre na catch omo say red meat omo free so bebre na catch omo say the situation where they eat a lot of meat, you know, they want to focus attention on air fish. But to get fish to eat, that's the same. Oh my way saying. So open fresh fish, it will mean say no power so and open now come poano. Now you're lucky na say fisher folks no more corner so much fish when you be at all. And the crowd will be drew hono. My before na ba hono that omukuto mo kentena or mo babeto. And so if you're not lucky, you may not get some. If you get some, the price at which you are buying it, you know, that will be the fresh, you know, no so musa. But to spend $200 million on importation of fish into the country, ne ye bisa who say, anamon tobe and a year to as on mine when it comes to this concern, His Excellency the President is raising. Look, just last week I chanced upon a story on one of the tabloids lamenting how 90% of a year fishing vessels are my way say more almost fishing our coastline. No, 90% of them belong to the Chinese. It is owned by Chinese. 90%. Last week, and I was raising the concern, say, how come today, modern day, our fisher folks are still using canoes to go fishing to bring us fish to eat? Yemfane say, and it's applicable when it comes to sugar, it's applicable when it comes to rice, it's applicable to virtually everything we import. Yemfane say, you catch them who say, and then you're stopping importation of rice, importation of sugar, importation of fish. Would the capacity of the farmers or the fisher folks be able to meet our demands, seeing that they are still using canoes? How would they be able to bridge the gap between what we import and what we locally create? And I see the front page of the final newspaper. ADB to increase branches from 86 to 100. That's according to the MD. I checked out the number of branches that ADB has. There's a website. The website lists so many of the branches. But look at the concentration of these branches, Fatih. A lot of these branches are in Accra. But the places where the people need the assistance of the ADB, what's their footprint there? Considering that their core mandate is to focus on the agrarian sector. And Kabahani has one big branch be to serve the northern belt. For yama minimum mudia bayre, yama minimum mudia a friend say millet, one mudia this, one mudia day, one mudia say share butter. What's the footprint of that entity which was set up to support young farmers? But they say they are opening 100 branches. 100 branches, you know, is it for the interest of the farmer or is for the regular commercial banking? A businessman, we're into ABR cars, we're into this, and how have we positioned the farmers? One more able to access even facilities from the banks. Hey, when our experience, kakra, I be ano. Yen fisher folks, yen find the simple in Kadia, 90% here Americans are controlled by the Chinese. No, yen find 60% or 40% of them was being controlled by Ghanaians. And Omunya catch now, Womode Bashoa. Where are they storing the fish?
Yeah.
Where would they store the fish if the fish lands in Ghana? Yen find Abelandi El Sopo, Alandi El Kekos. Where? The cold stores. Where are they? And so we can only but lament, because what we are talking, all the government is thinking about is good books to show to the IMF, good books to show to the World Bank, good books to show to the world, so that when they are going for their bonds, they would get them. But as to whether these books necessarily translate into the welfare of Ghanaians, the micro, sorry. Yeso koto no kula 3 cedi de, ye de mawa, we yembe show. Okoto okru na nsen a oba ya betina mu obetina ha ekeka mu obi ankasa me say oil na me turn 65 Ghana cedis and it could be an bull market. So I mean we can't continue to lament. We can't. So industrialization drive, one day street, one factory, one this, one that. Fishing folks, you know, what's the attention? Now, see how woman be protecting and fisher folks, even on the sea, with the issues of patrolling, you raising concerns about. Now, see, I say Ghana before some boat to be a kotomomo. Until then, not Ghana before one more and what to say. To ward of these stray fishing vessels are one bar into in fishing areas are one by fishing. No more capacity to say. So there are so many things we haven't done, and yet we ourselves would lament. Well, I'm going to so na indi nkomo kakra na yene Mr. Kwabena Bedu, or fisherman, National Canoe Fishermen Council. Yene ending nkomo say what is here kase fish importation eba mayo you spend annually $200 million. Uhuni saying. Mr. Bedu, morning.
Morning, my brother. Apoma.
Nyamina no one so
Nyamina do more.
Yo, uncle, once you spend $200 million every year, you the import fish, Bomemu. Asemi, eta ojo then.
Madam, that's it. Make you on the way safe for but I station Happy FM.
Happy FM, better.
Oh, okay. But that's me. You safe for your life. Ghana. I don't know. How I'm fun. Who there? So I bought Payode Yempede. You born here, mother. No, I don't know whom may pay. In fact, Buffalo Dawson. Shamino Cassie, or Yakakrabi. Ghana. Sabi. Book the Oye, but we do maybe a common sense of war. Ghana, yeah, country, yeah, the whole West Africa, even Africa. Yeah, efficiency, all the West Africa countries. Ghana, found out Yan Afalofono.
Yeah.
And then be open by one boy at the Chinaba. Echo La Cote d'Ivoire, Echo Ghana for war efficient, Echo Nigeria, Echo Guinea, Echo Gambia, everywhere. Ghana had a much La Cote d'Ivoire, maybe we had a boat to go ha. Another Guinea boat to be able had a bear efficient. In your Ghana for not efficient. My brother, Ghana for your Chinese vessel, your problem on the Chinese vessels. But more young day, I Sabi, and you was honey, you more quarters, one or so. I don't know why I know I hung in woman or the buff trouble. Ghana, you are for the cycle. Cycle no chade. A local fisherman first now doing 80s in the moon. And now Chinese vessel, Chinese vessels. When your number was select approve one now, what they call one country, China, now. No, I two. Kenegu epunum. Nti yam paying for your agenda no. Dama so yan so here Ghana local fishermen dama na wo pan wo ba. Na Chinese wo pan na wa to egu. Nti ma yan there ye kopon da. Ye koye da bube watermelon the akutu impua na ade na ye ko. Ekwa na abofo na agi because what upon ogu ya dam nyaman no wode dam nam no wo to ogu no da ma yen dam no ko da nam ebu da no na nam na abon nto do bebi no yen ya adwen de no yen abofo no nka na yen ya ade no such a way a time bia no you be no fresh nti China France wo ya wadwen no dam do create freezers ni bi ka ho so that wunya dam nam na wo pere wo to ogu no da she freezer no wine the carton fish nti yakwa office wo tama na yakwa register boat no ti boat nya da manam na ka otu agu na sisi awo for plan there ubi ya mahen oya fresh me ka say sisi ala abani since last year oya close season no wo close that cycle for na oya local fishermen na waka for da manam na bama local people no wunya adwuma wo ye and improvement ko no system no no won wunje de adwuma no ye natural investor na all say apun all the punim tem da wuchu nam and I'm wuchu so nyeni ya na wo plenty wuchu ya na nkan wa to egu nkan wo to gu na local fisherman na ka fa ba mo bi o tse fie mi so atona do ko so na adwuma bokọ no on agudem ko fu ya wo adwuma gudade won ya adwuma akom le so na abofo gu punum na nam na nka wo to egu na o ka di ma wa ya fa so ama he no eso won tungu mabada o serious and China for na no WhatsApp no China for no WhatsApp no abani ba ba obo no oba China for on sakon Ghana for you fishing was Ghana for because what more no on my puno on to me stable on ya or being light fishing because this is climate change no until the first now ekopo ha na ato ebo asan without light no about try to fish no more ba aso no ekopo mo hwe because abofra wa se puno ewi na wo ma yan kan no kwa na license na aka obi no wonyin no one kan no
me so uncle sir it be the fishing vessel or the ba na otumoche fish no or more there or the bia eba no sequence there fishermen you know associations or unions or groups eba say want to move together want to fish fishing vessel CB akasibi no one's won't use
my brother my can on small money na me no ka say share so where closes in where since last 4 years what to where closes in so where closes in kakana the Chinese vessels what that no work up upon that obi o friend be o team be on you there upon no osasa local fishermen work quite na mo open wunya vessels no ban na nyama say in fact ma ko dey say ya mbeda aya ka say nyama nya do Ghana no ma ed oya no kwa bia bi se bia oya banker bi se bia la otu car bia la oya trader wo coastal bird ya etna was you adin ya do no chala afafu nya nam cause feri nya nam akọ bank ba na bank so bi so da na afafu nya nam because afafu nya nam economy no boost no on easy nti I am one there big industry like fishing industry abana yi nenwa na obia ba sabi another the right people over head ministry of one ba atasa campaign ya your party campaign ya when more na push
so we are I say the right people to man the ministry no one for one ba particularly nipa other ministry no ejuma no onyim mu ana don tasa na
my brother man ka so mencho anyama bi ya papa so do campaign time abenti na won konka fra one war mining area no one afa for makasa no we use nyam na de yanko na afa for kasa na to me ba waka for different people do about industry na no so abeda na yan message na de kwai na friend no one pano na this message is good nti even to abama apa no na aba no beda da mo ko free work ha yan agenda da yan in fanan ya kuma da no wo tum no waka abu akwai campaign so abano wa bo atu nchen to chede yansa na twen na wona nkai bo ministry na the industry no why you no ben sheshe okotokum masa woni mo hwere oya problem na hede yankasa na obi be kasa oya yaw pa
mimi sa me final question na yemfam komodutwe yemfam ewi se nyame ya adem no wokọ no wonya fish no bebre waachi bebre odaba na obodu na se market women na dey wontuma mboto ni nyina fish no mwaka no cold stores wo mpunana wotum wodiguma na
mbada moya inde fish na monoka be 10 years ago ni 10 years ago every year bia yan fish no okofo Last year, me even the bumper season or year. This year, I take another battle. Because of activities talk on the fish na la buya do first na and to buya da ma mpano wala itutu mona edigume yakata no da me nyama no yemu biacha the fish na la buya na yakapre cold stores nti agboya previous administration na the cold stores where the where ya mpano ya ni hala wa papa ni hala onye juma obi no oye juma private person no wakaji no ka carton fish water mo yubu mortan and then them not open because so far as I Elmina there fish processing plant by Uswa Onya Fasubia among $50 million project on Fasubia among because decision on what the main ban want to want you because fix on Shinano Elmina Panaway the whole coastal bird Elmina Pano and you produce fish pies and baby I share the government records with na na boy elmi na mpano boy wire ro emfa na ewe de ehu wo me nka no ko wo man masa oyo aba me kasa no bia pan bia wa ban bia oni obi abu ko bedu nyama ko no ya tete oh ya tete ya na ma intumi ya nkasa because you who message the next time you don't compano nyama ye
uncle sir obande yan fan de bia one net awoze kopo no wa say e bia bota edeko wa say e bia offend outboard motor de couple no wa say one relationship with the banks abotum wa bon mo tu mpo wa ye offend kodo no wotum aye akesimpo ot then
that one makade ono abane abono mba no ayade no kwen nipa de Erica wrong things na good things so ahead na Erica masa abane be abana wa abomoto so no wa man business abane bia wa ba and can so aqua Japan motors I go and about motors I said 20,000 this government or sold man 10,000 obia ya way friend bia to abo motor more than 10,000 Ghana cedis that's my and I premise wala since I've been in resume office on for one person phone to do price no more time atata nti ye wonyama ketekete bo aban why are they or that boy for them pa na masa de what entubeze wizino yonko fuwo industry ma aya fishing industry ma why cartels aban bia ba nyama bia hijack bibia ne a woma ombre fom so that net American na de ye ba sra ban do omba de net so o mo wo flow kaka da ma moto o de brand and try code one aka wasam na first na afafo yakọ yakafa code no ya nyama da ba mpano ya be ma ya brewo forestry for na police force ano no so abani be 2017 waje shabi gu akwema forestry for no wama afafo na wokọ bush kutwa ndua no one permit o chede ebokọ the right place and say na kutume kubudua na da ba nti wala ba no code one another yamana de banana paper that wa edeba nti wala police for forestry for first in the way no wa follow from the me ya wotwa onu so aba no wa bono gbado na papa on the I do nti eba say dem ma onko ye bia na for to because saba no ma code free o ma abo motor free o ma net free na yakopone yenya na ma amfa so bia ye na ombon epo no de ebo manifest epo man premise free mama ye ntopo ekopum na yenya na ma enije bia adi wo feni ekopum no yana ma kodo no woto na yana bobo skato abo moto woto na yana bobo skato net woto na yana bobo skato but ekopum no yana ma faso bia anyu the real problem is Chinese versus now what say happen local fisherman afafo we respect papa actually doing closing time in position I started the watch when I'm out because abanasi the same thing I expect the aban or about Chinese versus what problem or course no what stop am one Oma obi so de light fishing or light fishing or to dynamite or to carbon DDT no nka we aso bejai because when no kopum na no how how answer no your premise no kopum no akopum no wonya na ma or a big problem so akwa no so akazi bi odo de kwa onya hunam kakran bi odo de barade ma no to no baba now let's not forget there sabi egwari so water for about time e de chu car akwa park restaurant akwa na request bana fish no good no afafu ya no de bo nti ma China for na afafu so de bufu we use car by delete na no da na me aso na wode adwuma restaurant a wode ma easy no nda ya ba rough ababa kidney failure, cancer. Galamsey for what say in Sunu, and I shall for the say, I'm in time now, my bad, I say,
Yo, I go, and a paramedic was say the Ajember and you made him come on.
Master Madasi.
We shall never do a National Canoe Fishermen Council, one more penny back, and no Eddie and come on and pay Elgin Ray.
Well, sorry. I want us to deal with this topic from a very academic point. And Mikasa, you see, this issue of Chinese vessels, no, so I mean, Abasa, Mayatesa. And I mean, it is not the Chinese vessels, and Emma here to me, meet a target. It's not the issue of the Chinese vessels. The question you ask is, how many Ghanaians own the vessels or can own vessels? And a big question about Bisa. And so what you normally get is that the Chinese man comes in with his vessel. The Ghana man, Samir Shen, who has a license to do deep sea fishing, only vessel. What am I saying? And you know, he now goes into partnership with the Chinese. So Munko deep sea, no Munko fishing bar. So it's more of a partnership. The Chinese man doesn't have a license to do deep sea fishing. But because of the infrastructure, if you did not, or the partner with Ghanaians, no. And one day go, Omugi nam na ba, Onu begu eponano, ultimately deep sea fishing no mokono. And when they are going, Omu employ Ghanaians onto the vessels. Niema ombe here for say 1 month or 1 month plus period, Omuko deep sea. No. They make sure say Bibia catered for Omukopa no Omuko yinam naba. Still, no MBT, your friend is saying, what we need as a nation, no, intimate, okay. That is what has accounted for we deciding to import. But I mean, when you look at the African countries, we are there with fishing. You take Egypt, the number one, about fish farming and aquaculture and sensema. As at 2018, the fisheries industry in Egypt was worth $2.2 billion. As at 2018. And there was a study over a 2-decade period. And within that 2 decades now, you study aquaculture in Africa. No? So, I mean, it was held say Egypt, as at 2018, were producing 139,000 metric tons, approximately, of fish. And then bring it down to 2018, no? They now started producing 1.5 million plus metric tons of fish as at 2018, over a 20-year period. Now, what were the Egyptians doing right? According to reports, no, the Egyptians combined government forces and the private sector. And it was more of a collaboration between the government and the private sector, and it was more driven by the private sector to make sure someone to me realizes our potential. Again, Nigeria, you pick Nigeria as one of them. Nigeria, as at 1998, no, we're producing about 20,458 metric tons of fish. So I mean, bring it down to 2018, no, they were producing 291,233 metric tons of fish. That is Nigeria for you. Again, the Nigerians will tell you that government intervention plus private sector and a driver side industry no. So I mean today, Omukacho say new technologies are brought into fishing. And they some ability to produce aqua feed. Special kind of aqua feeders. I mean, all year round they're able to fish. So it's not a matter of there's a close season where Afrina or Babe share according to area. So of now you're fishing any sort of feeding in Yama. But they fish all year round because they're able to feed the fish. So I mean, as a nation, do we have a deliberate plan when we talk about aqua feeding? Do you have a deliberate plan? Say, you mark your water areas, no? You mark your ponoso, a chief fish we. And so, all year round, we are making sure, say, your man nutrients, home fish, no? Are we doing that? No. And so, I mean, you know the sad part? When you go to the University of Ghana today, there's a marine and fisheries sciences department. And OSHA professors and lecturers at Dahua. So I mean, this discussion we are having, we shouldn't be having it. Because these are people who have knowledge in the industry, knowledge in that field. you will be wondering why today we are talking about importing fish. But I mean, you ask if after the graduates have completed school, Obesan who say fisheries department no, or more expertise or more gadano, are they used there? Or more required or what? And I say a creation of a ministry, square pegs in round holes and a wall. It's a big problem. These are very serious problems because I mean, if you go to Tema today to buy a fish, we are importing mackerel, we are importing horse mackerel, we are importing red snapper, sardines, we are importing mullets, we are importing giant prawns, that tiger prawns. We are importing all these things. When we could have had deliberate plans as a nation to make sure, say, we are reaping the maximum benefits of your water bodies, and so I mean, it goes down to administration, management of that sector. So I mean, you see, when you are picking a minister for a department that can provide to me resist Kama Abano like a fisheries industry, So I mean, you don't play politics with it. You don't tell me that you pick a minister who appeals to the coastal areas. Ultimately, you don't tell me you're picking a minister who, once you pick him, the fisher folks identify with Nipa and they say, free area range of boys. I mean, no, you make a big mistake, and that's why we are losing. This is when the president says that we are losing 200 million. We are losing 200 million because of the policy direction of that ministry and how we decide to appoint people into that ministry. So I mean, we are sitting on a gold mine if we are talking about the fisheries industry. But the big bat is how we have allowed politics to cripple this fisheries ministry. It is politics that has crippled it. And so I mean, it's high time we go back. You see, we have to reinvent the wheel. When former President Kufuor, I think that ministry came under Kufuor, fisheries ministry. When he conceived the idea, said he wanted to come up with this kind of ministry. A lot had gone into thought. A lot of thought, processes had gone on. And we realized, he said, that was an area. It could make money for the country. It could raise revenue for the country. But I mean, I don't think that moving on from that point, we've been able to do anything meaningful with the fisheries department. And this whole fisheries industry. And it is, I mean, I think that the government has to reinvent the wheel. We are talking about 11 in Myanmar. So I mean, let's just look at some of these areas. Find a way to fix it so that this 200 million doesn't go out. As I mean, many fishes, many people who sell fish. So I mean, why is someone here every day to buy fish from Mauritania, buy fish from Egypt, buy fish from Uganda, buy fish from Nigeria? This is Sika Elko out. And we are talking about pressure on our foreign currencies. I mean, these are funds that are going out. We want to shore the dollar. We want to shore up the dollar. So I mean, we can't continue like this. And see, the components have to work. We have to fix those components to make sure we are reaping the maximum benefits. And say to me, repeat.
I want a comment on this matter. Na afi into us.
First, na my sister a fish. Na if you keep coast, no makwakoje Carnation Station. See, I make us make me here fish or see omukwa omunyebi. And no crana fish I can see as na make a niska for fish and your grouper and your red fish and catch one of the out trim kona de dokona edeno and me be until they should just fix it. They should just fix it. Yent me in Tottenham meat 13 cedis per kilo, 18 cedis per kilo. Yent me to into fish and kakra na ebet me atona you so they should fix the problem. Send a bear you bet me and you be at all. That is all I can say.
Well,
because I mean, first fish, especially the small ones. Oh, good at 20 cities. Who actually they are buried in 1 month. A bit new ho, omukwa omunye I don't know why. Say fish in Janio, say fish needs to me neo. Say me, I don't know. Quite honestly, I don't know. And to think that it's me enya fish na omukwa deep sea, it's me enya fish na sign to be good. It's just sad for me, Sammy.
Well, Papa no ka se me yam hye me. Also call restaurant near several nice fish. Ubi dwem. Akoto dokuno ya several nice fish ubi dwem. Ya the carbad and the cheese are fish in the mouth. Carbad. Adia idea you should know the go in and out there they go boom. That's what that's what they use in fishing.
To catch the
poisonous enoma to catch fish. Yeah, they are bad. No akoto no edi. Now over the weekend, number baby they served me aduane a bomo live chicken no mukum na omo de ye nkwan no omo de mame. Na me tasty live chicken no ni gizzard. I realize it's totally different from the gizzard we buy from a cool store ya packaging no. The taste, the quality, the softness, everything is different.
Yeah, I see.
And I say, why is that of the live one different from the package ya different cool store in a kota you know? Amongst us at the table, nobody could give an answer why the live one tasted nicer, it was much more tender and everything. And yet, the Koto market at the folded, you know.
Ebia fridge match
Ebia. But you see, Fati, Omangana are who, and ne, Yamwadia na Bruni, Ukum Nanchevia, Yamwadia betu watching, and they are packaging Yamwadia, at the flap bruchili, at the brain. Am I a co-market see a cotonia Yamwadia? Ya boxing, ya boxing Yamwadia. Kotona ukotwa de abuso bi gina chiri pacho me pay ye modern de afio. Yeah, that's how low we've sunk, say, you know, ye mwade and so ye import ye mwade at the bomber we say mo ni akwakoto ni abeye aduane say nantwie ye mwade o say ponko ye mwade o. We don't know because we have had a situation where a British company was actually packaging horse. Say nantwie, say whatever animal it is packaged and it's shipped down here and we go to buy. But well, also kodium utime oyoba and then o plan so bola soup di amawura. And then Valentine mo plan se mbeko restaurant mako pay bi anase mo amba aduane e ofie mo use fish. Oko marketer fishing koma yedi at saying e bia won so no who expect views on the fishing industry and your views on why as a nation we should allow for $200 million to leave our country because a businessman is looking for fish, not in Ghana, but outside of Ghana. Number no is 0244-885140. You were almost about 5 minutes from me, not only me, Edwin Komo, about what is happening within the fishing industry and the fact that we are importing fish when yen fisher folks hanum say no say adanka dan nyina no omo ede fresh fish ebren and any problems 0244-885140 and 0549508687. First caller one. So hello, good morning.
Anyame.
Oh, minia online ni munye.
Oh, mama tonka.
Aha, yes, is the
yanka loud and clear in United States of Kisaman.
Yam kominia. Ofani ya monitor. Oh, look back cafe naka. Mini ne.
Okay. Mami kumeli. One say, Sami me fishing makobida o. Na. Mama kubida. Uni ne wom. One say, omuno mu yisu light no. One say namu omu light no. Omu lighter. Money at the moment. In I say here, local ones now, they don't have that capacity for lighting for the fish, you know. Yeah, almost struggle.
Oh, too bad, Ima, we lost you there. Number is 0549508687. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Tuga.
Yes, sir. Idi.
Tuga and the Valentine Day. And a second born Valentina Nadiji Zainab Atram. within the birthday and there, or your first class student. You wish you well. Sugar, we are no abonimo. Na nyami no boni we are see canoe fishing by your friends, your friends. Kofi Kinata.
Sir.
You are no abonimo.
Okay.
Sir, your Hana minister must set it the my uncle for 1 month now, fish no more. Now so far, so I now chase 200 million on and a compare and number the ball my way. Now, a young one, I walk on the sugar, one of the buy. One more quadrant, I'm going to see. Yes, bedroom gun, I say, I do grab a class a view and a and then one of the buy. Massa, best steady. Bye bye.
But also on the place of, I think, say, intimate emphasis be a beam. You better toss in the sports updates, no, at the Abroman for, but and a Valentine's Day. Now, it's Yahanu say there, for myself, from Fatih, from Raymond, we're wishing all our viewers, all our listeners a happy Valentine. I'm hoping you know your GNE FL so and then a chocolate day and to me buy well packaged chocolates never come out dofo like I tell you I love you very much happy Valentine. Oh young could be a more at the amount buy a chocolate and give to that person now wishing a happy Valentine. Oh my me oh papa oh near be oh ababuma oh say we on near by blood but by a relationship I mean anyone I consider such a person say or important to me. Yeah, I want to wish that person happy Valentine. Pacho akwenya enso e ho ma obetimi I wish nipa happy Valentine. Yeah, first sports in Belman for. Find a tell thing.
Yeah, Joel.
So if I just sent you a message, so me will be catching so find a tell and back I so find your monitor.
I said one. Find a young bonnet.
A monitor.
Happy 98.9 FM and our Sugusa Utie. O share Sudia ETV Ghana and our share and pay way a Valentine's Day edition of the Happy Morning Show Sports Update. Mamaka will say 1xbet say and Saturday, Friday, nkofo bebre and omuti sika e wo betting mu. Adentia. Omodi omo ebedom 1xbet family no. Also obetumi e de ho apko 1xbet family no. Na otumi join 1xbet family na sika pudo de every day, every weekend biano won sabetumi aka. Come website so sisi a 1xbet.com.gh. 1xbet.com.gh. Promo code ewo ho a obetumi enter say o register na we be new account. Promo code no BETGH BETGH. O register we now this promo code no year there so to me the year on be 200% bonus on your first deposit. I know the message 1xbet me fan bro 1xbet say o come website to their bookies we are singing no omunko na omo odds no akakraka omo so na otua wini ya pe na sikana begu account mo temtemara omo say omo hundreds of prediction markets I will be to choose from na ade a yesronko omo ho kra ne say oye bet ni wie na usuo se obe lusu a bet me ato insurance e dey appeal bet no so eno the message 1xbet me from bra no pay 1xbet say bet for every taste now so on the 18 a me fa we ni enter my website so ko cha bet betting is addictive into bet responsibly eno the message 1xbet me from promo you be chance from the Ghana Premier League because midway through the Ghana Premier League season no yetumi abedru ankesa match day 17 of the Ghana Premier League season no to make course over the weekend yakopiemo e wodoma na najima bedu the first parker ho and Adriana Stars return to winning ways after losing 3 matches on the bounce no omutumi echi relegation battles 11-1 the set by 3-0 yakopiemo e wo Obuasi Lenkley Sports Stadium Ashanti Gold any BPN Gold Stars omotumi e ball 2-2 draw e wo ho Brekum Chelsea any Bechem United so etumi e ball 1-1 Bechem United e continue on unbeaten run in the Ghana Premier League after say omotumi e ball 1-1 draw no e wo Golden City Park e wo Brekum Accra Great Olympics continue on fine form after beating House of Folk. Omutumechi Elmina Sharks trying by 1-0. Wafa etina Soga Kope Red Bull Arena Emma Karila etchine trying by 1-0. Real Tamale United and the House of Folk so etchia over the weekend 0-0 and Omo boy ewo Aliu Mama Sports Stadium ewo Tamale. Kumasi Asante Kotoko Omutumi opened 6-point lead at the summit of the Ghana Premier League table after say Omutumi a bomb home modern echi Bobukua etchano by 3-1 any result ekopie mu ho a na niema ekoye ama Kumasi Asante Kotoko newly promoted side Accra Lions and omuchi omucha by 3-1 sa na niema ekoso e was game no ma niema ekoye ama Kumasi Asante Kotoko ye pa ene 2 matches ebekoso Mediama SC any Dreams FC match no nka so koso enra but because of heavy rains and ekoso e Taekwondo match no was rained off ene na omoye omoagency match no betumi akoso Legon City and Kinfasa Subeshia Elwak Stadium and we in matches are ever coso a round of 17 matches are a coso Ghana Premier League room. My take you through the standings this year. Kumasi Asante Kotoko this year near or more 36 points or more a game in hand. Bichim United or more second place are 30 points. Olympics or third place are 28 points. Adriana Stars or fourth spot or more 27 points. Wafa 11 Wonders and Mina Sharks no still no or more relegation zone hoa Nyama Nkoye Emma Mokra. Hearts of Folk or more 8th position almost 24 points, 12 points behind Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Super Clash because on Sunday, coming Sunday, Super Clash because Hearts of Folk and Kumasi Asante Kotoko are standing match of the first rounder and no Ebetume Akoso. Yentraso na Yemembremo. Sema course over the weekend ewo Krumha na Osha Jumedia course ewo Accra Sports Stadium over the weekend Black Meetings etumi eche Young Atlas Lioness of Morocco echamo by 3-0 in a friendly match omobdia Humbabua Emma under 17 FIFA World Cup qualifiers abesha this match. Now the Black Meetings are scheduled to play against Senegal in next month qualifier no until we a friendly match omotumi boy omotumi edim kunim until Black Meetings unsem enam de abramono 17-year-old Abrantia friend Abdul Fattah Isaaku Abrantia no ochane bobre ye pa ewo AFCON tournament e course under 20 AFCON tournament e course o Mauritania Ghana etumi eji Isaaku no Abrantia no otumeji MVP ewo sa tournament e course ewo Mauritania Abrantia no sisi ane de webuni ketem every Dreams FC akopie ewo Sporting CP ewo Portugal sa ene latest development e course o Abrantia ne carry amo sisi ane de obejoine under 23 side of Sporting CP se ne be ya obetumi a continue ne career development no way and sema koso ewo Abrantia na kachi na Abrantia ne de osiakan e ma Steadfast FC ansa no ba alone ewo Dreams FC automation 6 goals ansa no bu ni ketem akopie mu ewo Portugal Africa Cup of Nations no Abrantia no so etome ebo one match e ma Ghana Comoros game no Abrantia no etome start sa game no we nyina e nsema e free Abrantia ne campa eba yeremo ewo Abu Dhabi and United Arab Emirates na over the weekend no Chelsea omutumi echira mo bobre yepa Club World Cup Finals etumi ekoso ewo Mohammed bin Zayed Stadium ewo Abu Dhabi Chelsea etumi echibo buku friend Palmeiras from Brazil etchano by 2-1 after 90 minutes no na game no eye 1-1 na second half of extra time eye 117th minutes of that game no and Abrantia friend Kai Havertz otumi ediball etu atinama converted penalty to ensure say Chelsea etumi win omo first Club World Cup title Nema Ekoye ama Bobo Koya friend Chelsea after winning the UEFA Champions League, winning the Super Cup no sisi ano omo the Club World Cup no apeso a sisi Nema Ekoye ama Chelsea den yeremo Europe na share the course over the weekend some of the top flight leagues yakopie England there were wins for Liverpool and Manchester City as the title race heats up now Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur no omo top 4 race no omo to me enya stop start kakra omo to me esafa defeat Tottenham SFR defeat at the hands of Wolves and Manchester United were held by Southampton at Old Trafford. Leicester City and West Ham so no amutumi a 2-2 draw. Relegation threatened Newcastle amutumi a free from relegation zone no, after beating Aston Villa by 1-0. Now Ocean League table no our English Premier League num dia Manchester City were top at 63 points, Liverpool second 54, Chelsea 47 and West Ham more 41. Chelsea were game in hand because of participation in the Club World Cup. Yekopie our Italy dia Italian Serie A no say and Anyama Ekoso ho AC Milan returned to the summit of the Serie A table after beating Sampdoria by 1-0. Inter Milan were held 1-1 by Napoli and Lazio so etumechi Bologna echano by 3-0. Atalanta and Juventus shared the spoils and now our Jerry Stadium El Bergamo. AC Milan sisi ani there Amuda top of the table, 55 points. Inter Milan second, 54 points. Napoli third, 53 points. And Juventus at that fourth are more 46 points. Remo, Spanish La Liga Modia Espanyol. Motumi Echi Barcelona 2-2 draw, and of course our Catalunya derby, of course, and our RCD Stadium. Real Madrid were held 0-0 by BRL. Atletico Madrid to me Echi Bobo Kwefren Hetafe trying by 4-3, and Sevilla so Echi Elche trying by 2-0. Real Madrid stayed top of the La Liga table, 54 points. Sevilla second, 50 points. Real Betis third, 43 points. And Barcelona at that fourth, or more 39 points. In Remo, our United States of America, Namin Bremo up to speed with their course. So our Super Bowl number 56 of course so over the weekend. Now I know finals of course between Los Angeles Rams and Cincinnati Bengals. Match no of course our Sophie Stadium or Inglewood, California. Now match nankasa there na emoye din year pa because now Rams omu chase omu second title. Now game ni there na emoye din because fourth quarter no with their backs against the wall no Abrantia our friend Cooper Coops ono etumi the bopper ending a 15-play 75-yard drive with a 1-yard touchdown to make sure say score no to me every equator 23-20 in favor of the Los Angeles Rams. Oshesen and Nema Echo and India game no to me every with that score in the fourth quarter to ensure say a team my friend of Los Angeles Rams no omutumi a winner almost second Super Bowl title since 1999. Now opinion club no any dear friend of Stan Kroenke no ono and opinion or shares do na Arsenal Football Club the 5 billion investment into the club no into the team my friend Los Angeles Rams no a payoff as see anu niam ekoye ama omutumi claim victory in the Super Bowl 56 of course so our United States of America this weekend and I'm the Happy Morning so sports updates no ABC for more sports tune in to Happy Sports at 9 a.m. Ohene Bampo Brenya Alan Green the researcher Odia Sempa Kwame Wari and the legendary Joe Debra betenase now the sports mu him abremo details nyina no the bebremo e was aju media no so yebeta ne ho kakra yebabaka the Happy Morning show continues.
Live on Happy 98.9 FM, Nisim 95.9, 100.1 Bolgatanga and Tamale. Live on ETV Ghana, live on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Yama Munina Akwaba Eba Jumedian so Trotro Divers and a Pemodi Mefidina Atu Happy 98.9 FM. I've gotten indications that maybe more mama a year passenger so much more minimum or more enjoy a conversation across on them and to Trotro Diver and a pay me chow. Also I took care of monitor a show no on some channel pay. I could carry Junior Tiero Osha live on Facebook. Also watching the show live with Honorable Asante aka Honorable Sikawo Bush Bushumtre constituency NPP chairman hopeful Abbas Gidan Goro Abbas. I say good morning to you Abbas. Pedrowa Medina Cruz watching you live and clear inside Indianapolis, Kumasi, Tanoso. Philip Abochi, I say good morning to you and to the Fix the Country organizers. Ghanaians are not happy with those so-called MVP national security who think they know better than anybody in this country. Philip also Odia Wadi Abremidi. Let me see if I can find some other comments and share it with our viewers. Now, Ian Twaso na Indi and Komo Ene, a Warena and a year warrior na a Dundu. Positive change, Madina. I said, okay. When the whole nation puts its security matters in the hands of party hoodlums and vigilantes and people who clearly don't understand anything concerning security, okay, you go on and on and on and on. Eunice Tony Eshe, Eunice, good morning. Thanks so much for always joining us live on the Happy Morning Show. We're always excited to also have you join us live on the show. There are several other comments, but the business tips, you know, Embre Omanfano pay na afe yen twaso na yen komo. But I encourage you that whilst you're with us this morning, please ensure say also o comments kakra obetimi edi abrain na odi abrain ye the entrepreneurship tips no and Embre Omanfo some yen say your February mo. And so as much as we always try to give you a business tips no technology and entrepreneurship months na any akabum ni entrepreneurship no anti ye de ho enkomo kakra any de bro technopreneurship no is the latest buzzword in the field of entrepreneurship. technopreneurs entrepreneurs who start and manage their own technology businesses. Into information Emma or mom for so we can all harness the power of technology. And you can do business using technology, and so please make sure that you take advantage of the various social media platforms also on whatever small business you're doing. You can take advantage of technology and expand and grow to earn some income as well. Yemfa Ghana Kasa Embre Omanfo na Omanfo and so Emfeni and Munding Komo or concerns issues are Nanka Osha Kwan say and a penum and Kebetina Hanum say Nonka Ibedia Home and Komo na India Home Komanum. You can touch on it. Sounds now what concerns area or locality and it's a bit media home some abet to your name say akwan anye papa say insua emma say kanea woni bie ni nyina no obetimi ede ho ensem ode abrɛn wabra me mpanyimfo edi enkomo live our happy morning show no eso anti anapa yem focus no e-passport last week and the vice president will launch here near catch some 44 countries there na ebitimi at the card at travel na and I call for a statement by Twitter after the evidence in Bubuja and pay yedini ebedi komo after the arrest of journalists on my way same more it amounts to the reintroduction of the criminal libel law through the back door. It was say criminalization of free speech and gagana and gage omanfono. And those are issues that on the pay ni ADHA na ye di eho enkomo. And tiafa Ghana kasa embromanfo. Somebody there, you be phone lines not to move minia nkoma wo hwe kwan senka no pe be di 90 year nkoma efa area mo neighborhood in some ekoso say be toilet facilities in any ho say washroom facilities in any ho say drainage facilities in any ho say akwan tutu anase asay any concern you may have in your locality no but when you take a video of that problem or the send your WhatsApp line 0244885140 it better in screens no so near boho the roni di hunkomo na yetimi abone resolve issues no and if from 0244885140 and that's 0549508689 0549508689. You're trying very first caller no amano afreni no edin komono. All right, first caller amano. So hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, I'm Pacho. We did baby after free.
Mike and Nicola.
Mike and Pacho.
Me who need to for the moon can watch and
Mike, me Pacho oma on so kakra emfa ma me na.
Fuwa semaza na samon kasa hu krao.
Pacho dia.
Ekododo.
Pacho dia.
Petrol. Okay. Sami ugoze ubada ba sole uko pomp uko to ya tum ya be ko na ya tum. De ko so on kan bi say ya de ko obetum a wotum say once a year na say twice a year kwa yeni. Every month bi ya tum. Eze uto petrol is ya 1 liter almost 8 cedis. Juma ne say na obetumi dia kwa ye. Na it's near to so bi from Kotoba to your friends say at the go railway so some do no for traffic what hard one some yeah say so railway no say nyeduma so hu nia e cause traffic no cra wait made the traffic now about 30 minutes short idea the traffic no just 1 minute drive so about 30 minutes no that's what the traffic but for us kwana so one year become yesterday one
you
right
you Medos Minia Mike sir offer me an pay now on me edin komo 0549508687 and 0244885140. Any of these numbers will be me a friend on edin komo. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Chuga.
Yes, sir.
Chuga, say ye kan kwan asem die o say me so me kasam. Ye kwan na e free friends Israel. E dey call drugstore. 6 years and ye kwan a Andrew a free baby am studio ni one ediba circle. E mo kra mu wa kakra bi a ye five friends sat ni kra ngusu my age aye so ye ho enha kakra. And I free your friends Israel police station. E dey call K trader ambassador. de bia na ne car ne tundre na flag e boso na ti e tarka yi ho enam e kwan a enye chi ni watu agya e wo area ho na ka sa kwan e linke e de call friends pokuase ne ma traffic na disi a large traffic a ya e ba na pa no e ya ni modi na ke hono ai free kakra but enam se enye chi no obia nani a kire friends a large kwan ai ho kra e sheda enye papa bia sami about yi passport. Let's say last week Monday, we can one some kakra. Say 44 countries and 44,000. So you see ye card passport. Said the Almighty America. More independent cry around 70s. Omokrano, Mrs. 70s around 17th century crown. Omokrano anya even nusu ye passport. Ghana Kuyabia Sebi the BBI and see a toss and a more discuss ye madie. Na yes ye you should ye levy any 2 coin. Sanka o say ye, but more a dear monya no more be catch us as some still near so a campaign. Or my idea be bia idea was yawa. A dear be ye yama chiman this yawa and then he passed the focus here.
Midwas and a pay. Sir, and a pay from now by Jimmy so number near 0244885140. You less than 3 minutes, and then we move back into the studio to continue the conversation. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Hello. Morning.
Hello, madam.
Yes, Chief.
Hello.
Chief, Akwaba.
Morning, brother.
But you didn't be free.
The Ukraine.
Yo, Yanko.
CK man.
CK Yanko.
But the play say I Nanado about na akonya isu. But toilet na toilet the blue or honor na enye. Na so na enye o, na so na man for a day. E course sa, o course wa e hu say o be course because na toilet ni na so apa. Na so na say we yam kan wa on mo under water opponent no mo ilo mo ede akọ sa ba cho man ba no me toilet gu ye say almost start no mo floor papa toilet no mo si di we bi na no an say o mo ja ho anya toilet wa ko pe different places kronum different places o ana o mo ja toilet na ti o ma finish ama kwa anya de anya nkoso so if you see a place I papa na ye ni pa no I fa na e be ko toilet na agu bi toilet na wo no kwa na enye na so if so wan ko wo no ma onya ba bi anko ntina ma afoko me say na inso totia toilet na so ko ehu obakwa na emwa na ewo toilet no nyina inso na ede ejoma babo nten
yo opani we dey mesro anopa na friends dey work can yati ase ehu ba bia de enam ye be say empanyimfo so mutie a they should try and resolve the toilet issues na obo ehu enkomo anopa no de emaye meni afache me but anopa radio enti some of the things you were saying na ano de kakra enti fache say enyi se bia bone so na ye do yi free ahomanimo but na say a morning radio Grass to Grace is an inspirational show ETV at the bro that helps begin their week off on the right note and seeks to motivate them to avoid giving up no matter the difficulties but to trust in their maker. It tells the stories of ordinary and celebrated Ghanaians and their unbelievably small beginnings and how God has moved them from grass to grace. This show is hosted by Air Prophetess Audrey Mason and will be premiering this Sunday on the 13th I think so Saturday 6:30 p.m. no and Jumedi course and the Saturday piano minim say Jumedi the baby man for 6:30 p.m. Na ye twaswa na second image for CN Control said one more identity more man for a year CT Vet and iTech accredited offers courses in beauty therapy, massage, makeup, facials, nail technology, hairdressing and fashion designing. And so we JHS, SHS, and I say ABA University Kwampa Bacho with me Akakushia, send the ECS and part-time options is also available. Accra with me for 0243 331999. Kumasi 0204403348. Na onyomo edin komo denu eni suga kope offer 0244861610 and 0240195951. Unyo omo ebitumi edi and komo. Second image, they will empower you to succeed. The Premier League is on and it's been an exciting season and transfer window. Do you stand a chance of winning a GMBBC Fantasy League top prize of 10,000 Ghana cedis or monthly prizes? We have great news for GMBBC Fantasy League's top players with the most points for the month of January. Congrats to Ragnar, managed by Albert Say, New Balls P, managed by Ridwan Ahmed, Scopa FC, managed by Mr. Parker, and K Brown, managed by Ernest Dan. So owners of these teams should contact any of the GMABC brands, YFM, Kumasi, Atakwade, and Happy FM or ETV Ghana. And Bacho Yenshan and so na Inano Yemfa Yehu Embejimu Ebi na NLA Atina Games is still here with us. No more switching between draws, nails, and goals. With few clicks, Atina gives you the chance to win cash prizes, smartphones, replica jerseys, match tickets, fuel coupons, and electrical appliances such as kettles, irons, fridges, microwaves, soundbars, and many more every week. All you need is 2 Ghana cedis on your Momo wallet on all networks. Dial *780# and follow the prompts to predict 5 jersey numbers of Kumasi Asante Kotoko or Accra Heartful. Get 3 to 5 out of your selected jersey numbers to be drawn, and you are a winner. For the grand prize at the end of the season, winners go home with Toyota Eja saloon car or expenses paid trips to Dubai, 50 flat screen TVs, and many more. How cool is that? The draw for the Atina game is held every Monday. Atina game can be played every day as much as you can, so play more to better your chances of winning. Terms and conditions apply. Only 18 years and above the patrol and found engine. Some dear Minianum Elman Chair, Minimo Edin Como Andy can come Elman Chair Sansuna Audu and so Elman Chair, Minimo Edi and Como Audu. Good morning. Andy, good morning.
Good morning, Sammy.
Bibi awo kodi ebuja for.
Body the chair.
Weekend ko ye.
Oh, I had stressful, but empower.
All right. How do? Bibi ada din. Bibi ada boko. Saturday uko kaso.
Friday na me ko.
Friday na ko. Oh, okay. Nice. Yo, yensha se ni nkomo. Issues are enkamunya ya and keep it table, but young table now you feel say deserves some attention. Andy, me from say 5 minutes.
So me da say metia atie for ne dodo na mo hweye achia me brapani awudu ne wa wankasa. So me say me father custodian newspaper. I'm almost a chocolate day or Ghana.
Yeah.
And when you flip page 6 of the paper, there is this statement coming from the Ghana Tourist Authority boss, Yebra Kwesiajimai. Or making a pledge, say, the first cocoa farm of Ghana. He's hopeful, sir, in some years to come now, will be a tourist site.
Okay.
And in fact, to read, with your permission, let me read. Or say, okay. The Ghana Tourism Authority is hopeful that the Tetekwashi Cocoa Farm will become one of the best tourist sites in a few years to come. The authority believes the current development being done on Ghana's first cocoa farm will help attract more tourists and investors to grow the awareness and consumption of Ghana's cocoa. I think way is refreshing. So Tetekwashi, when it comes to cocoa, it comes to cocoa it is only dinner bebo. If steps are being taken to ensure say his cocoa farm becomes a tourist destination for people to go and see how he started and how this whole cocoa farming started now. I think it's refreshing. We just pray that they walk the talk. Sammy, also, Onse was World Radio Day, a day adopted by UNESCO at a 36 meeting. So they must celebrate people who are on air, educating, informing, and entertaining listeners. Indeed, radio gets result. And so, mebo munyina mabaso. Se mo programs no mo amoye no ebo amanfo. But we name the team for yesterday's celebration. Almost radio and trust. And trust no breaking it down. Responsibility, professionalism, nenasefo. And when you go through your more kind of say, one, we must be responsible as practitioners when you are on air, so as to win the confidence and trust of the people by upholding the standards and the ethics of the profession. This let me say where the intro. Sema kasa oho.
Okay.
Those who are wishing war on Ghana, the bebaso.
All right. Yo, Audi. It should be a official conversation.
On said net. It can say, President can say, first of all, my main chair, I should phone you for more happy, and wish you more happy chocolate day. Some also Valentine.
Yeah.
Yeah, renaming the Ghana's chocolate day.
Yeah. Oh, say Valentine.
Most station chocolate day.
Chocolate day now.
And I am who be alright.
Oh, say it about
I say celebration. Now, a president can say we are using how much? $200 million to import fish.
Yeah.
Now, reasons of my say depletion of our fish stock through illegal use of petrolers, light fishing in them. Something we are from the days of Rollins. They've all gone through this. Now, why are we as a country not stopping people from doing the illegal things in our water bodies? Why? Until me, I'm meeting a so be lament here. What can I do? Because the people who have the authority to stop foreigners from using petroling, light fishing in Yamanyana, they are supposed to do their job. If they are not doing it, and will continue to import fish worth $200 million every year because of the activity of these people, then we should be blaming governments over the years for this in America. Now, as I always say, Sammy, I may appeal to Roads and Highways Minister. I say you create Lamusie District 2007. There is no an inch. I say it again. There is no an inch of tarred road in that district, Lamusie District. Roads and Highways Minister, me Paucho, for any Kohonso. We produce part of the districts. In fact, the Sisala Enclave, the road network, is very terrible. There was Lamusie District, there was Sisala East District, there was Sisala West District, Municipal, and there was Y East. Me see, road network, sad district, now you're terrible. We also produce majority of maize and food stock at every November. Nancy almost say is a World Bank or mass capacity saying here Rosa leading to farmlands in India. Yeah, area and I mean sure say we are appealing to Roads and Highways Minister. Now on for the name once again. Every time I make new opportunity to appeal to him. Meaning say roads no more across the country. Oma yanko your area and so the Sisala districts.
Medawasi. Andy, when it's all the World Radio Day in the let's weave it into the issue of say criminal libel law and introduce you through the back door. The issue say free speech and criminalizing gagging and gagging and I say again Kwabena Bobi Ansia Yakochino Asepa Gano or Nususa fix the country Yakochino. There are I think about 2 or 3 other people are meaning a similar fate. What can you tell us?
So I say when I read the statement from CDD, the joint statement issued by CDD, Money, and one other group, suggesting there is some attempt to introduce this criminal libel, we say, through the back door and also to criminalize free speech, I say, oh, what is it? Because they also made reference to, I think, the arrest of the Feast the Country convener. Samuel said many times in Crawford ever committee suicide. I have muja note, suicide note. Yeah. So, me started from the Feast the Country, the Anana media view, nuance and for no the answer. You see, this gentleman is a lawyer. When he came out with this fix the country, I think one of our discussions here, the country must be fixed. There might be a cost, as I say, you fixed it. What do I say? Demonstrations of farm na kwamo police for mo bambo call demonstrations. And I think so with technology, and so we use these social media platforms to hip up this fix the country, we say, agenda and the call to our leaders say, listen, they should wake up and do the right thing. Ghana for no, I support it. Bibia ubeya ebe famuna kwamu, yebe support too. In that, when they came out and were using the appropriate procedure, massa, it's all. You know, say, petition crowd, the petition call. Our moji, a buying pen in 4G. So yes, we will fix it. We are fixing it. I mean, say Ghana here, me so me hu be hin ha me. They say, Neman Koyi, you understand what I'm saying? But we know this is a toll from the ravages of this pandemic. This is not to say, sir, our leaders shouldn't be responsible. What does that make? The wastage in the system, they should do something about it. When you tell Ghanaians that, and yet they should buy the bullet, I don't expect you to engage in wasteful expenditure. Cars are to Land Cruiser up and down. And many muya. So, Abranti say, or use social media, Kasa, I mean, on issues, burning issues, for the governance process. But, last Thursday, let me say, KKB, E-Levy spelled KKB. Let me say almost a majority leader, the 65th birthday. And now, on one or say, the businessman being a deba here now. because that is the topical issue in or they buy try. So I think sir he was
a minority in the BM.
Oh no.
He never said for
no, I'm not talking about him.
No. You see, forget about that MP who came out with that irresponsible comment. And these are the people we shouldn't tolerate in this country. We shouldn't just dignify them. He came to Bibia Mudiya politics. Bibia normal reduce you to partisan politics. Without facts, without evidence. You came to just, say a minority for any cake in the command. And I listened to the minority chief whip say they were not even invited. So why do you lie on them? I think, sir, after the majority leader, or one leader or parliament, about out, sir, businessman being at the bar, I think, sir, by this time we should be reading some sort of apology from him to the minority caucus and to Ghanaians for deceiving us. Because you see, as a member of parliament, one would have expected say you have the hardcore proof. What is that? So I mean, my infant on change. Majority leader Becca say, or businessman being a debate chair, no. So commenting, and with your permission, let me read. Or say, if this e-levy passes after this cake bullshit, apologies to listeners, I will do the coup myself. Useless army. When I saw this thing, they said, oh, let me say, Papa Way, Watra, he fixed the country, no?
Watra, be careful.
Watra, be careful. Oh, he fixed the country, no? Watra, be careful. Because why? You want to do coup? You the same person calling for this country to be fixed. You are also saying, sir, you plunge this country into chaos. So how are we going to fix it? And also to reflect our revered military. Our territorial integrity boundaries against external aggressors in Nasifo. And the records of the Ghana military is there. All the theaters that they've gone to are out. They've excelled and they will continue to excel. You are referring to them as useless. Sammy? So, I'm going to pick you up. What I, Mr. checks Kakra me and say, after the post, he was sneaking to town, but also indicated, say, about town, 16th, 18th, thereabout. Forgetting saying his statement, that reckless warmongering statement will not be allowed to go scot-free. So he was picked up. And I think, sir, it is appropriate. And I've heard people saying, sir, more treating. Listen, that is why I said, sir, would him say, for ever committee suicide. I'm not sure suicide note. What's wrong with you? Yeah, say after or issue way now, or say on him some betchino. And with your permission, let me read. Arrest me when I come. Ideas never die. The quest for freedom is eternal. We have sown an idea and it will grow as ideas do. Now, to those whose sense of justice and fairness has been awakened by my voice, hear this. If I am ever arrested by the regime security of their affiliates, I beg of you, do not try any hashtag calling for them to release me. To do that will be legitimizing their violence and their false justice system. Do not demand that I be released. I promise that I will not even demand that a writ of habeas corpus be filed for me. Do something else instead. Or start the follow up. He knows the consequences of signing a suicide note. So why should I be worried for him? When you want to plant, you also be a coup. And you see, he said something here. He said, we have sown an idea and it will grow as ideas do. Which ideas? Cool ideas. Until I told you, maybe our network. So that is what I'm speaking to those who are saying, say, those who are saying, say, Omakipino beyond the mandatory 48 hours. He's saying here, we have sown an idea and it will grow as ideas do. Which idea? For now, your idea that you are telling the whole world, and to the good people of this country, they say, Ubi also be cool. Ube to and democratically elected government. Ube guno. So you want to truncate the destiny of Ghana and the citizenry. Inti sebio sebibia nyo mobokra moframba na omobano from the kindergarten to primary JHS ni na sefono. And the literature is there to guide us. Anytime there is this instability, omobre in moframba ni ma, and so they will be caught in that we say event. So why you've signed your, he's written his suicide note, you know, he said, and some I am prepared to face the full rigors of the law. And so please, I'm not saying, sir, the state security apparatus or institutions of state, you know, or Muntieti and Crawford found him so. But the point is that this man is saying that he obviously cool, also very cool. At least his statement, we have seen it. Okay, our court, Minkumbebre, also CSOs, no. When it comes to Agojo Numuni or Munomuno, Omahomo statement. Omahomo statement. But where they say Omahomo statement. So that one, we can put something to it. That is why the state are moving. So Agojo Numuna don't do CSOs also antro. I don't know antro. Please, we should be serious in this country. Ghana is a very serious country. We shouldn't allow anybody to joke with the destiny of this country. So be you cool. Into a now, cool. Do you know the cells that you have? Do you know the cells? Into a Jawa, you go activate those cells. Sure. I try suicide note. I and the can come. I will not be worried for this man at all. Not. Sami wukra statement you are. Sami, I will abandon you. I'll disown you because, and I know you won't do it. Oh yes, you are very gentleman. I will do. The only also I would do there. You bune funtamba. Well, on can we? What is here? Oh no, can you pin? Oh, this is our name. Inti, Sami, Abranti, and some more kind like me brapeni kind. What? Be careful. The people should allow the law to deal with him appropriately. And listen, Obia, why yes, I conceive such idea, no. They should get it right, sir. Listen, when you joke, the laws will deal with you. This man, as a lawyer, decided to provoke the law. You see the bravado. As a lawyer, he decided to provoke the law. And so, and now Martina, why should I be crying more than the bereaved? Kojame year. Now what do you two from now? Usu. Are. Why should I be crying more than the bereaved? He is a lawyer. He should have known better. And he decided to go and provoke the law. So why should I be crying for this man? Sami, this guy, I think that he's in state custody. State will deal with him. Coming to this arrest of these media personnel. Sami, you know, politics of insult, we've had private discussions, and myself and you, and we don't support it. Coming from MPP, coming from NDC, we don't support it. Why? Can't we engage in this discourse, issue-based discussions, take the issues, deal with the issues, and leave the public to judge? Or there are some mechanical. When you criticize constructively, I don't think, sir, the state will come after you, or somebody will say, sir, while I bail no and bibisa. You understand what I'm saying? So, media can say, in as much as I will not support state securities arresting people in a Rambo style, trying to punish people for something that they've said. Listen, we should also be very circumspect and should be careful to go back and have a holistic analysis of the issues and the reference. A year in summer almost one, Mensa Thompson, the chief executive officer, founder of ASEPA, right? Let me say, Ochro Bibi say, the president, Omudi young presidential jet, they are now some people to travel with, for which the military came out with a statement. Subsequently, they followed up with a complaint to the police. Yes, you know about out. Ebabe apologize here. To me, myself and you, ebi aye ya dream no obey apologize here no na ss state no ana asem no should die a natural death or as just make no, but somebody has made a complaint. There is a petition against him, and so the police must investigate. What does that make no? And so the police are decided to say, oh, that too suffer, come and help us investigate this matter to ascertain the veracity or otherwise. That is what they are doing. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. I will not support state security molesting the citizenry, giving comments via Omaye. But in this case, Nipana about sober reflections. Maybe I was cross-checking near Mano. Or who said in some kind and yampa. But Obia complain. There's a complainant. That is the Ghanaian forces. And so the police will investigate in spite of your apology, and upon report on the Attorney General, no, the Attorney General will decide whether to continue or to discontinue the case. That is why in Prepi, when the CID investigative cases we are, the command Attorney General for advice. Upon the advice of the Attorney General, either they continue or they go on prosecution. So, yes, in seminar or court, we should just we should just be patient and see how it pans out. What does my make? Let me say, so right? And from what we are all reading, I have not seen the charge sheet. Have you cited the charge sheet?
No.
I'm saying, some allegations against the first and second lady in respect with some parcels of land. So, when I heard it, I said, oh, sir, a allegation there. And yeah, sir, and these two revered personalities feel scandalized and we say, sir, other some NMC and now Mufil said the NMC cannot save their cause or cannot save them justice. Then they'll proceed with civil, we say, or court to sue for libel or defamation and BBS slander.
Yeah.
So that is me. So to the extent, sir, when this arrest took place, no, I called some few lawyers, say, should that not be the case? I say, well, the lawyers were even advising me, sir, have you seen the charge sheet? Perhaps they said something extra. Why? Intina, ebia, police, investigative. For which reason, the charges are prefer against him or court. So we should all be patient and see how it pans out. Sammy, because of the events of yesterday, the World Radio Day, every right comes with what? Responsibility. And your expertise, in as much as will not support state institutions to infringe, to criminalize free speech, we should also uphold the sanctity of the profession. of this noble practice, right? By what? Being responsible and professional in the discharge of our duty. I think, sir, it's for a good reason. That is why when you flip through the pages of the 1992 Republican Constitution, Mibra, I mean, I would is always working with it. Sure. Unim.
Oh, I got 30 seconds. Wrap it up, man.
Omum mentioned here, the media is captured as the fourth estate. And so we have to check the system. But we can only do that constructively. And we should be responsible in comments that we make. In that, when you decide to be reckless, maybe I'll be at the better, I mean, the person will go and make a complaint against you. So I think that a complaint has been made against them, and they've been invited to help in investigation. I don't believe, sir, with the lawyers, I mean, at their disposal, the lawyers will fold their arms to see, say, something untoward or illegal be done. I mean, to twist justice and bibisa. So, we should be responsible. We should uphold the standard, the ethics of this profession. We can still talk about the issues without, I mean, necessarily insulting and assassinating the character of people. If you cannot insult your parents at home, I mean, what gives you the license, in the name of party politics, partisan politics, right? You can, when you are because you have the platform, you can insult people. You understand? I am not saying in reference to this case. It is a culture. Ekoso. And Sammy, let me share this. You know, I had a privilege to be close to a sitting president. And you know, President Mills, one of his concerns, he said, why is it that in Moframba, almost betrayed radio show, almost deep in for attempts, what is this culture? What do you mean, papa? Sammy, so let's talk about the issues.
Media, what me matter? Media, what me matter? How do? Only one my friend, fast so. Only one my friend, our casa senator. In the end,
I mean, I have a crown. You are media chow. Oh, media chow.
Now say, now can you meet a coachio baby and Timmy and share? Son of
Oh, yes. Somebody, there are channel. Oh, and this I mean, Yami can say. Every right comes with responsibility. We should be responsible in the discharge of our duties.
All right.
That is all.
How do Mamenji will take on this matter of arrests and
so me is that many time kaka na we dey call one by one. Now all say Ghana as a state, I believe is media are very important for the development of this country. That is why in 1992, year frame constitution, year a whole chapter, Edima, titled Freedom and Independence of the Media, because abide the state, they say media are very important for this country. So Osha constitution no more, Osha article 164. Ube say the fact they say abide him say very important, Also who say you bet me misbehave. Until or bet me I phone nema phone any nema. That will may hinder the development of this country until what the limitations are 2 years so. A year chapter 1 article 164 limitation on rights and freedom. Limitation. Until you responsibility are be wholly abide accountable. Yes, so your responsibility. Yes, so your responsibility are you be very responsible. Those article said the provisions of Article 162 and 163 of this Constitution are subject to the laws that are reasonably required in the interest of national security, public order, public morality, and for the purpose of protecting the reputations, rights, and freedoms of other persons. Media for we must put this article, we must consider this article, the provisional Ewo Constitution, to do our work. So we have to be very responsible when we are on radio, when we are writing, when we are doing this. That's number one. Now, you say the arrest of individuals in recent times, including non-journalists, the government or the state is creeping back or bringing back criminal libel, which was repealed in 2001. When you say time I appeal, now President Kufuor na president. President Akufo-Addo na attorney general. One spearhead the repeal. Now, I do not think, sir, we are going back to criminal libel law. I do not think so. Ebinomosa ka say uye bibi na se etia obi individual. Why is the state coming in? Why not let individuals know? Many akra alluded to that in the case of down for any Bobby. No, because it is an attack on individual. But why is the state coming in? There are some implications. I bet me create probably public disorder. Yeah. That is why sometimes it comes in. And I'll give you one example. When him say in 2010, you were MPP activist, be a friend and Nana Darko.
Yeah.
So name no power. Nana Darko Koka said, former President Rawlings. When we say former President Rawlings, Nifie Nana Darko Tina radio so panel Accra radio be panel discussion. Okay, say former President Rawlings na Neshi Nifie. Top radio. In fact, that time. Now Neshi Nifie. Say you attack on former president. Why do you think that former President Rawlings, Yan Jamano, our Noah, Ebedi Nana Darko? But will you see what happened?
The state came in.
Then the state came in. In fact, the person who reported the matter, who caused the arrest of Nana Darko was Kofi Adams. No, a aide to former president. Let me read this story. According to Rawlings' aide, Kofi Adams, unhappy with the comment affected the rise of the aide to President Rawlings, Kofi Adams, unhappy with the comment affected the arrest of MPP supporter, but Kofi arrest. Why do we say until Nana Darko was actually arrested and put before court? Try no cause sir. Me, I've not even checked to see how the case ended. But Nana Darko for years now our court. You also come to Honorable Kennedy Japan 2012. Ohoka during registration, biometric registration in 2012. Okay, would Kaisa or Kanyama be about yes or incited a Yarestino. That time, what was he? He was an MP and still an MP. Yet Chino Kotumu. I think he was there for 48 hours. Eventually, a charging for treason, charges no second degree felony and those kind of things. Charges no uncle court later no case no and Kosiaga and I'm bringing these examples to show say criminal libel no I repeal no. It doesn't mean say I repeal. We repeal the state repeal the government repeal the criminal libel law to give us freedom to speak and speak freely, but it doesn't give us the license to cite or to create disorder that will cause harm to Ghanaians. Until Obi Abeka says we are back to criminal libel law, no, many in civil society groups or more kind of political parties. But I say a former president, why issue statement say or directed to President Akufo-Addo say we are creeping, the state is creeping back to a criminal libel. Until time I hear me instances may cite say now or Abemu, it was vice president. Until under him cry RSC journalists. So let's be careful what we say on radio as journalists, as panelists, and all that as this thing, because even though we are given the opportunity to speak, we are given the freedom to speak. We should speak in a manner that will conform to the norms and dictates of the 1992 Constitution. Now let me come to the specific issues of Oliver Marcus Baka Vomawo. On say cultural, you know, on Facebook, no, he has been activism. Or activism, or physical Ghana movement or convener.
Yeah,
we have all agreed, say, me in particular, I've agreed, I've said, say, it is within everybody's constitutional right to form groups and demonstrate if they are not happy with one policy of government or another. But you have no right to incite people, say, either say, Omunkoyeku and Awobeyoku. The first time I heard such statement, in fact, your colleague, who named Peter Command, deputy editor, Daily Dispatch. Yeah. And I'm forward them out, Peter. Peter, are you sure, say, Papa, this man as a lawyer, unnatural idea way? Peter, mommy response. Or say, he didn't give me a response until police maybe I met you say arrest no. Now, the statement no he be a mommy na me share there. When I saw this, it said if this e-levy passes after this cake bullshit, I said shit, I'm sorry to viewers and listeners. I will do the coup myself, useless army. I've heard people say, oh no, kasa keke, keke. Now he has no capacity to do coup. Now, yet you for coup, you know. When you say bebre na civilians, Ghana history of our coups. Who share history of our coups are bebre na civilians. Now, there, at the time they plan to do it, now more capacity. Will you have said they have the capacity?
I mean, bisa question biro.
Bisa me.
Na mumbo amena me has meet me at here. As you Andy making a submission in yes. So we can name old lady in chain. Own situation that I see. To be honest with you, I had not paid attention to this whole talk about these things. But it clicked to say the guy being a lawyer, knowing the implications of his statement, would make such a trivial statement.
Yes.
So then I went to his wall to check what he really wrote.
Okay.
And the guy shied away from stating a coup d'etat. But the guy says a coup. So whilst Andy, you're making a submission, I went online and I googled what is a coup. This is what they say: an instance of successfully achieving something difficult. For instance, it was a major coup to get such a prestigious contract. Then the second definition: a sudden, violent, and illegal seizure of power from a government. He was overthrown in an army coup.
Okay.
That's the example.
I'm happy you mentioned army coup.
Yes. So, in this context, I'm just asking, say, the guy being a lawyer in the first place, knowing the law and such a pronouncement.
Yes. You mean he meant the second one?
I'm not saying he means. I'm saying that is there a possibility
that he meant the first one?
That this might be a defense Obi Puti up say. If I say a coup,
yes,
does it mean a coup d'etat?
Okay, that's fine. That's fine enough.
What I say?
That's fair enough. I will talk. I will explain. I will also have my opinion.
My opinion on that.
You see, frankly, if he had said, because subsequently, what Tron Niema to show say he will use legal means, he could have gone direct to say that will use legal means, and that would have meant maybe a coup or something that you are suggesting. But you see, what did he end by saying? I will do the coup myself, useless army. In Ghana, ye coup say na hwan no na ye.
The army.
So if you come and tell me that useless army, you are telling me it's illegal means and obey you. Is that your understanding? If he had left it there without using useless army, Obiabeka said he will use a legal means, legal coup. First one I suggest it. But he went ahead to say useless army.
That's to say that he expects that by this time the
army are taking decision. Useless. So that's my understanding.
Okay,
I get your point. And you get the point.
I get your point.
So the point is here for those who are saying say he has no capacity to do this, it's just look, sometimes your worst, you yourself may not act on your worst. But somebody based on your words now be active, because one will be some insight into what may probably is in his head. So that is very important. International Candia said this African proverb many Kabila so no Kobna of okay that time be say bulls are trapped by their horns. Men are trapped by their ways. On the west no actual go on no. I won't say attrapping no. The west no our actual go on attrapping no. So we should be very careful what we say. Look, let him go to court. Let him go to court and explain to the judge why he said what he said. What if he meant that he was going to use legal means without doing it directly? Say may use legal means. Look, this country we've had serious problems in terms of housing, accommodation, jobs in BBR. But coups have not solved those problems. In fact, development of this country started in its normal trajectory since 1993. If you look at the achievement of this Ghana as a state, have been improvement of our lives in BBR have been under constitutional rule. You know why? Because they are always demonstrations, legal demonstrations. They are always everything. We are now at the end of it all. You are quite salary. There's a name of ABCD and then we are voted out. That is how a nation moves. A nation moves through democratic election, not through coup d'etats. Coups. How many coups have we done in this country? 1966 coup. Ghana 1966 coup. 1972 coup. 1979 coup. And almost revolution. Coup generals, military generals over this country. And 1981 coup. So nobody in this country, in this right senses, should think about coups in this country, because coups have not brought us anything. They have done. In fact, some of those coup makers sometimes come to enrich themselves. So nobody should talk about coups, so that people would sit down and say, oh, or no, can't keke. Maybe we can't keke, but somehow somebody may act on it, because it may not be in his mind, but he has given the person some insight on what to do. So that is very important. So whatever we say, we must be very careful, and he must be able to. Demonstration, face the country on where do. Have you seen somebody arrested because of face the country demonstration? If the person has not done anything, he has been on platforms to speak against the state, this government. Has he been arrested for speaking his mind? That's how you change government, through these kind of means, legal means. Who call demonstrations? Now saying down for youth, NDC youth. Oman call demonstration. The same e-levy or cano. Have they not expressing their dissenting views on the matter? Has anybody been arrested because of that? That's how democracy is living. You don't go on writing this. I'll nearly use a word he used.
Okay.
You don't go around doing these kind of things. He said, now among 40 lawyers, it says a way, just a harmless thing. Have you seen how coups yeah, we have senior colleagues who have been arrested. No more journalists, I don't want to, if you want, I'll mention names. Because almost they attempted coups. No more the journalists who in this country. No more too. Did they have guns? Probably because the state at the time thought that they were planning something. Now, Okoye Binema say, Obi Owana Jum Onko planning to the system. So we should know, Omoya lawyers, they should be guided by the history of this country, so that nobody should be allowed to do things that are not supposed to be done. Now let's come to me finally, specifically Bobby. Sandra only say Omoko Church on the men's and Thompson Asepa. Reverend Crunchy Anchor Church. What's the name of the church? Royal House Chapel.
Yeah.
Also, if you look at what the man said there, I was shocked. The reverend, as a reverend of God, I don't want to go there, but Obiang Kocheki. You see, as we said, many I have not followed his specifically until yesterday. Many Bobby there say or share a video be about land be a developer and also first lady there war cantonment of baby Laboni cantonment of baby and I don't know what he said in those things, but as we were saying, one would have thought to say my this thing was that when he started those things, I don't know whether he was called or he was spoken to explain to him. Somebody has explained to him why the project was going on and all that, and he continued to do that. Sometimes as journalists, he has no information, and I don't know whether he also found out from the office of the First Lady why the project is going on. Sometimes because we are doing this work, we are hazards no, because sometimes we make mistakes and all that. So these are two ways. Either say whether he found out from the First Lady whether project Nidia and why it is going on, because we are claiming it's state property, state land, and whether somehow all year there no radio, no whether first office of First Lady or more Latino say ABCD. Until no dear me, I thought that one was a bit milder, and we bet him as without him arrested. I don't know what he said following that thing. That is why I'm very cautious in dealing with that particular issue. But I think that say a video now or show say accusing the First Lady of taking state land any name to do that. I think that one could have been solved without arrest. As I said, many the okay. So as events unfold, many are Mensan Thompson DA. Many are so sometimes Yana kakra stubborn kakra. Only say okosa private jet to a private president jet to or say President Nunia Bumpty. The man on the private travels. And now assembly is assembly or court. And chair what's or can the same issue say military this time and you said this was a military in Edema President Akufo-Addo in the family. Our Moody call holidays for UK shopping for UK. Now say abongo for the Omonteki near Masa military. Once you bring them in, dear, they don't share that here. I think they actually reported the matter to the police and arrest. Even to me, these two issues, things. I mean, I don't see them as serious as Vamawadi. To be frank with you, who say so serious because these are issues. We should just what I appeal and we should be cautious.
Is it not because
fraternity? No. You look at the issues.
No. Mami, bisa question be.
Yes.
But your marry say more. And about TV radio, and about TV. Utin semi account radio so. And these are supposedly journalists. I want to say more as 24. Modi atumu front page saying a politician there. Modi to front page say this politician is corrupt.
Yeah.
This politician has done this. But you have now put it on your front page say this journalist and the practice he is practicing is a danger to journalism in this country. You have now put it on your front page.
You
don't.
Because you have pushed me to the wall.
Because I am Mobutu Afonti.
No. Because you have pushed me to the wall. Only say a program, no. In fact, many Bobby program, one of the pioneers started here with Accra FM. And I was very consistent. In fact, because of panelists be omukasa, any near Omoka, people come on radio and call names and insult them, attack them. And I there was one time I had to distance myself from that. Until because of that now, Ebedube may say I cannot continue with this program because of what goes on. And he knows. May producer to me friend me say Nipa modeba mo yi man for radio so no. That's how I'm trained. Me papa and my mom training me sir. I cannot see an elderly person, no matter how the disagreements I have with him politically and now anything. Now my no. On this flash show, I have criticized people, including former President Mahama. Or Yemini Penny. I can never and I will never say what you say to attack his personality. Because even though I have disagreements with him, Sebi, what say me direct a year. Me no know one mother, one father. I'll be proud with him, even with all his flaws. I mean, as a president, but I'll be proud to have him as many opinion as president. So I will never go on radio say me because of.
Why have you guys not championed it as an issue as journalists?
In fact, I have fought.
No specifics, no mention of names. But why have you not seen you, the media, championing this concern?
Have you looked at front pages over time?
Oh, but I see every morning. I see
a journalist in the front page. He said, "Wow, misbehave." Media will report all the time. That is why we continue to say. In fact, this I have taken my time to give you constitutional provision, stopping us from acting in a manner that will bring even the media into disrepute. And I know but as we are human beings. Sammy, let me admit to say you're human being sometimes.
24 day. Ni petit raw ne dia to ho.
Yes.
Accident scene ne dia to ho. And you guys are okay with it as journalists. Na say asem na ba ne ye kan.
So you are
I heard all of you speaking.
You are perfectly right.
No, I heard all of you. Your comments you're making about
That's why I'm saying where there no. Where no more there no. If I had heard what look, you know, say some of us we are not afraid to speak our mind. If I've heard what Yenu Abobie Kaye say you're dangerous to the peace of this country.
I know you.
Yes.
If you wanted to speak to the matter, you wanted to hear what he said.
I would have found
you would have found out. You would have
because
seen and knowing
I'd
you.
be more interested in because
seeing and knowing you and coming with your constitution this morning.
You see,
I know, sir, you prepared to come and discuss Vomayo and the constitution.
I have been a victim of. I have not participated in coup. But I've been a victim of coup, so I detest coup in any form, whether to by word or by action. Coup, coup are not my temperature rising.
But you know that
yes.
Some of the things you guys write, some of the things you guys say can lead to a coup.
Yes, I totally.
And that's one the I've listened to. No, listen. The practice of journalism in this country, we all know standards, conform.
We have said and we have even attacked regulatory bodies for not doing their work. Haven't we done that?
Okay.
You can't media commission other. You can't say we as journalists. That's why I read the constitution. What our responsibilities are. And you say, "But now, man for you are creating disorder in the country." That's not what we should act as media. I know the American, so we should be very careful.
Well,
as media
to be honest with you.
They are my
budget on the policy, no. Minimum there, I am one kakra.
Sammy, if I am my way, I would suggest to say, media commission, any or those regulatory bodies, any NCA, any NEMA, we should continuously moderate radio stations, any NEMA, papers. Say we a radio station. Now, so who allow people to come and.
But you people are the ones who will come and write and say, and
have you ever seen me say a gagging media or Ghana? Because media has never been gagged in this country since 1993. I am telling you.
And I make us say, the National Media Commission and other associated bodies, must formulate a normal ability. I ensure say. We don't witness what we are with. And I'm saying that the moment that step is taken, you people will say
I
that.
Will not. I am not you people.
And National Media Commission for and I say. I
am saying, Mamin conclude the Media Commission, any NCA, they should continuously monitor our radio stations any newspaper say. So we a radio station, not TV station. Now the panelists about now more create confusion in the state. Immediately now you shut your radio station down.
Well,
and now we need to.
See, I know my imagine is a mobile. I'll play my role as a host.
Sammy.
Mumeka say na my gym with time.
Sammy,
and me a more than panel member. But I think that we were here when Media Foundation for West Africa started. I know more year Juma. Radio stations on we use abusing language. Radio stations on we say.
Don't let us reverse the clock. The clock will never stop.
There's a anything that I publish here. Mami Cheo. There's a table. Neko custodian. We share ethical violations. One. This is an article. Normally, Samson Ladi. He has Samson's take.
Yeah.
Saturday, the end, I publish here. No, say. Checking and publishing fact, that is basic journalism. And I found it where the end publish here. Also violations are listen radio stations are more notorious for incendiary language in India.
All right.
No.
Mass wedding.
Na Sami
Maswede Debi munya abotre ma munya
Sami kan
wa enye autocracy bia mobile mama kasa obi ata me de man pepe
basa se o mama kasa
chen
na Maswede na de Sami kan ho
be say enne mo be grace occasion no because we are big men
me question am be san
you see Sammy, you have to say a big man. That is why if somebody want to try
next day you make pa. You be call different location na. E ho ne ye koye ma aswede na. E ho na be hu se be feature.
Sammy.
Be feature live and call it.
Oh, Sammy. Obi se obeyeku. Sammy, unim se ebia.
I say others no.
My destiny say make me be the president. Obi benyeku so that I'll be caught in that crossfire. So that my destiny will be truncated. And you want us to water down what he has said.
But somebody can also publish a story.
Listen.
What happened?
Yes, I'll come there. I'll come there.
Rwanda, what happened?
I said I'll come there.
Radio Rwanda.
What happened? You condemn irresponsible journalism, that yellow journalism on the part of
our you think I took my time to read this?
Right, my brother, you came and sat here and told me that you have not listened to what your brother said or any of your brothers have said.
Hey, Sammy.
It's only
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, Sammy. You see, I have an opportunity to advise people.
Sammy, I'll tell you that I've been on the program because of
when you are going overboard. First, I'll call you to advise you. One year, me say in Krofonu Biane, Omanya problem no. I had the opportunity to call them, advise them. So when they had their problem and they came back, I said, all
right,
because I advise you.
Mama ko break na me na
kasa.
Ya kwa no me kwa me ni ba me ni mo wi. Enti mama ko me break na ba.
Me catch the etiefo.
Hey, na no was na catch the etiefo.
What autocratic? You are gagging me.
You are also blackmailing him.
You are gagging me.
How do? Look, you are my brother.
So Kasai.
You are my brother.
Makasa.
You are my brother.
No.
You are now the man who break na me ba.
You spoke first.
Na me 1, 2, 3 beautiful ladies. And then I have 2 gentlemen also joining me in the studio. I mean, ebedi enkomo every CBJ and I pay ebedi enkoma emu efam. Folks, do stay with us. We're going for a very short break. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation. Don't mind these people. They will blackmail me, they'll terrorize me, they will tag me, anything. But you know I'm summation. Good morning, you're live on ETV, live on Happy 98.9 FM, also live on Nisim 95.9 and 100.1. Live on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, my handle ETV Ghana and Happy 98.9 FM. You're welcome to the conversation if you just join us. Quickly, let me wish a lovely lady a happy birthday this morning. And this is to you, Madam Linda Mante. This is coming from your husband, Mr. Paul Mante of EDC. And he says, of the things that mean most to me, you are the most. You are so special to me, and I'm proud telling the world I love you and I would always love you. good health, long life, prosperity, divine speed, and Cambodia moves to you. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Happy birthday to you, my love, adorable Linda Mante. This is coming from MD of EDC Investment, wishing you a beautiful day. So happy birthday from all of us here, and we wish you the very best. Yeah, twice near D and come on. Earlier, I told you that I'd have some guests join me in the studio, and they are with me, and we're having a conversation about, Valentine and, CBG. And I have two guests with me, Mr. Christian Aaron Otu Apa, who is Business Development Manager, Personal Lending, CBG, and Dora Asante, Head Priority Banking, CBG. They join me in the studio for us to have a conversation. Dora, good morning. Mr. Apa, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Bibi Awokode, and I'm Obeka Brofo. Yo, and the Yankachi. Yes, you know, Monsieur Bisa, and I pay. I don't have them baha.
Okay, I'm not paid yet. Yeah, now my incredible.
Okay.
In fact, 3-in-1, you can call it so.
Okay.
We're commemorating the World Radio Day.
Okay.
And we appreciate the good work that you have done for our country and where you have placed us on the map in the world.
Okay.
And from CBG, with so much love, we're here to celebrate with you, appreciate you, and we didn't come just like that. We came with a beautifully designed CBG cake to commemorate this day.
Okay.
That is one.
Okay.
I said we came with so much love. Okay. It is Valentine's Day. It is also Chocolate Day, and so that makes it 3-in-1. So these are just something small from CBG to commemorate the day.
Well, on behalf of my colleagues and the management, I thank you for even thinking about us and acknowledging the good job we do here. I mean, throughout morning till the rest of the programs that will be following immediately after. We are grateful for the thoughtfulness. But young cake in home kakra and a year love at CBG. Valentine, Musumu didn't say.
And it's a day Valentine. Modian Abrimwe.
Yeah.
Near chance to say customer be out any of our 114 branches and you will be Kakrama. Only account where use as a day to walk in and experience our services. The Kwakano sono na mefaso na maka say CBG the product BIFNO first account.
Okay.
And no the atwa ma say obi bakra na hwe no so you are a guardian and it offers you the opportunity to open an account for the child. It's all about inculcating some savings culture in the child when the child grows up. Na near a do mukra say we be account on service say ukra ni hot no we free. There's an insurance cover of up to 25,000 for the child.
Wow.
And on a quarterly basis, no. Although it's a savings account, no, you share sometimes maybe enough school fees. I'm not so nice to be in the the man who can say quarterly, no, which may withdraw now, which may cheer for friendly school fees. Yamao, this nice savings proposition on so na ya say the bank is a wholesome bank. Yeah, baby. And you know, we are controller and our kitchen controller and accountant general. CBG said, bra, yabama loan of up to 400,000. Nini na kitchen also. And you just controller for Ghana police now. Wakitchu for CBG in Kwan, who qualify, who walk into any of 114 branches. On show na ya offer personal loan of up to 400,000 cedis. Unsecured, you can unsecure that. It means young for BBNC collateral bien home.
Okay.
Collateral bien home. And a bit mama emre up to 72 months. Yes. Na which year send be so ho bajo and pressure be abeda so emra wutia. Na any just some so I want to say the ma loan so we are. Whatever rate I remember on say catch us rate we na dem for the entire period na wutia loan start rate na ubetia.
Wow.
Say economic conditions background as be affect what the rate on market is no cry. Whatever we have given you know that's which na homa. Ni teacher ni say yen distort and yen say o budget awaye say bia na unu say me 200 cedis on my loan na fe na bibia banji no see bia be catch us say yes sa no akọ 300 as our budget. Yeah, that continuous relationship into whatever we give you for the whole tenor it cuts across. Ba ko bi ada is me di twato. Ya no ye friend Dream Life.
Okay.
Welcome baba. My no obi onya TV ya TV no just stadium my no. But fa me koni ni ho.
Yeah.
CBG say bra. Your partner vendors. To say Electroland, to say Cap Farm, Oka Deco, TCL, omunyina wo ho. Say security cry na opema wo fear your vendor be say response one. Obetwa security no yopu ama wo. O buy whatever amount that it translates into. CBG say send your vendor na ma una and one obetua by a member of flexibility to over 12 months. No interest, no fees, no charges. Anya de bia na ye be jiska wo ho. Business continuity with the vendors and all that. Nyina account and my ECP. It's a bra. Now for such a product, you know, for free. As in free is uncha interest be also. Uncha any hidden charges. Send ya the mama when invoice no. And one CBG bema who come away over a maximum period of 12 months.
We know. I was more pebble. Now because there are a lot of questions I would love to ask.
Exactly.
Time near very short into I can ask, but just a quick one. The loan bit where you were talking about, controller for no. How about maybe in a corporate setup like this, credible, platform like this?
Good question. Yeah. So
what happens?
You was akunya so until oba your companies are any or more employers already have agreed on something. So o company didn't create anymore. Akunya no so say you benya that introduction na your management. I then discuss it. Na ya denye maybe atutu ye. Omo pene yan hihye na e ma ho kwama staff was a company mu so to me eba facility. All of you will qualify for that amount of up to 400,000 secured, provided your salary can match it.
All right, that's fine. Zapa, I don't know, future prospective clients who are watching and who are listening, final words to them, if you may.
Okay, so thank you for the opportunity. At CBG, it's wholesome. Yeah, and you're baby. And yeah, say, ye bisa or sika bra, keke. Now, a customer, one, we help you to build wealth. Secondly, we help you to grow your wealth. Thirdly, we help you to protect the wealth that you have grown into a holistic. He talked about first account. Yen product looks at the complete life cycle of the individual, into from birth to death. All I'm saying is walk into any of our CBG branches. We have 114 branches across the country. Walk into any of those branches and you will have that experience that you deserve.
Well, it's just there was an ad on TV and then they talk and they said, you'll be smiling. So I tell you, you'll be smiling. Just walk into any of the CBG branches and once again we are grateful for the gesture, for the thoughtfulness to have brought us these cakes. Seeing say Nyamepa one more someone to someone can say next year mass wedding them enjoying it. And Kenya say yeah and ka cake me back with them and may back as a symbolic gesture say next year mass wedding no. But I'm grateful you guys show me and I wish you the very best of the day and happy Valentine to CBG phones. All right, so folks, those are I'm saying you're clicking you bet more home. More than sick about me and my minimum. I'm temper present me. Yentra more home. Hey, Yentra home. One see Yentra. Any Yentra, I'm on fast kind of Cassiapa. Na Yentra, okay. All right. But I think that I should have some. Bridget, join me. Hey, Bridget, I'm more than anybody. I'm up for Becassin Valentine next year. I'm not you. But Bridget's never. Okay, all right. I think we could just pull this one here a little, and then we can just cut it here. Yeah. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Mr. Pat, we didn't trim back. Okay. Oh, but I think we can have Fatih and Raymond join us as well. Okay, all right. Bridget, Charlie, you are in charge. I think we may have to cut the base. There's there's some plastic thing there, some sticker. Okay, all right. There's another lock at the back. Okay, all right. Bridget, this is PRO. This is PR. So at this point, I hand over to you because these things, I don't know how to do them. So, Bridget, over to you. The cutment and everything. My dear, this one, Mr. Pa, please come closer. So, Bridget, over to you. All right. And well, this is a beautiful gift from CBG to us at Happy FM and ETV, and as well, I'm sure YFM as well. And this is for those journalists out there. It's important that the ethics of our business is important to you. So we cut this cake, World Radio Day as well, and Valentine. With love, we shall perform our duties responsibly as journalists in this country, and that we'll love ourselves, and we will shout and say, hooray! Hooray! All right, so we cut the cake. Yes, I've cut cake. I've cut cake. So again, I thank you for joining us this morning on set, and we're grateful for the thoughtfulness and that very beautiful gift. Maybe I met my girls know if you're at least one of them may look in my direction. Next year, they're you must wear them. I'll invite you guys. But thanks so much. All right, so folks, let me tell you about the Tasty Tom. Jollof mix that you need to have. It's very important because Charlie weekend is you need to have the Tasty Tom tomato mix. No, ebi ewofie. Na what the ayo jollof no. You don't have to go through that laborious process of now going to get tomatoes, onions, and garlic, and whatever you may want to add. No. You just have to get a Tasty Tom jollof mix now. You put it in your bowl, you add a little water, and then you heat it up. Within 30 minutes, your rice is in there, and then you're good to go. Your jollof is done. And don't go through that cumbersome process. Jollof na afi ena wo kopesa no mawe nyina. And a very special day in our lives at Happy FM because the mass wedding is happening today at the Wanshi Gardens of Salam Dam. We have sent invitations out, and we know that our folks will be joining us for us to have this beautiful day where families get together, families come together, and it's all to support their loved ones who are getting married today. So it's all about mass wedding, and we're being proudly sponsored by HD Plus, Tasty Tom Tomato Paste, EDC Investments Limited, Holland Insurance, ATL, PMI Logistics, Awake Natural Mineral Water, Wanshi Garden, CCP, Cake Techniques, Alekwa Home of Fashion, Adrian Clothing, Purple Protocol, A Touch of Excellence, Flavors Deco, Twinny Craft, beautiful accessories for all occasions, silver haircut and the silver hair, and then Second Image. Be empowered to succeed. For further information, Biano, you can call us on 0242 235-086 or 0249-507-429. And mass wedding and I'm the brand. Me fan check here and koma obiana pay. Okay. Happiest birthday to Nana Embra, the affable aspiring women's organizer for the Central Region NPP, from your children Fatih, Amina, and Anas. So wishing you a beautiful morning to all of you, and good morning to you, Nana Embra. Wishing you a blessed morning and a blessed day from Fatih, Amina, and Anas. Wishing you the best of the morning and happy birthday to you. So I've been joined by Bridget Mensah, and I pay Yedin Koma. Bridget is looking, mwah. Yeah. Today you go catch. You go catch.
I have caught already.
How can you say that whilst I'm here?
Oh, I'm saying it because you are here.
Hey, yo, Mate. But how are you doing? How was the weekend?
I am fine. My weekend was excellent. Preparing for mass wedding. So
wow. So what are the plans?
We are ready.
Okay.
If you go to Wanshi Gardens right now, the place is looking so beautiful as usual. You know that with Happy FM, GMA events and all that, our things are excellent. And so expect nothing but the best today. So today is the day that some couples are getting married on mass wedding. And then as you can see my headpiece, it's an African print headpiece. And thanks to ATL, they are one of the sponsors. What we have been able to use African prints for, you marvel at it when you see that today.
This is nice. I love the hairdo. Yeah. It's nice. It's really nice. So let's quickly jump to second image where my friend and brother Joe Osanko is to paint the picture for us for wedding is sending to Tieno, our for no and man especially sending a year makeup on a touchy woman. Menyeshu Somukuno, Mumu Crampan the player, they'll be able to see them. Joel, good morning.
Sammy, good morning.
Now I don't design a pay.
Namia dum bibia boko wa hanum now so Valentine mood and our mood to come in album or don't kwano power.
Indeed. Now, baby, I want to a man or more yomo kama cheche mukakra.
Oh, you said yomo kama and say a bit more ye. Who's a yes, Freddy be pedicure any manicure, you see or nails, fingernails, toenails, some also getting their hair done, style or more hair, no more. Into the idea, Yakuba second image, a man in Nyaji, like work a snare, no, almost a training and sunny and 9 nice mood, work and happiness. They are also making the women up or my name, they are touches like they are giving them that, they are putting and giving them that extra mile out there. To say the second image had here, come up,
wow, I can see the video of the beautiful ladies. Nesania, you see a young son with my now. My man is so manicure and pedicure as well.
Oh, yin to me, your friend is saying, a man come near in that, and Memanessa. There is a Mema day and said, and my and Sunday, Yana and San Gianni saying, the Anese, Omoya come on tree, fine. Which you must say, Memani be relaxed on my night. Me who say a fit bath too. I is a hot tub, you know, fit room, and then they are massaging their feet, and they are scrubbing their soles. Simply, normal play on the nails, kama, among they touch a bit of powder here and there for embalming, normal brightening up on faces and so. Wow. Then Colano say, oh, share video, no, I made the Sunday Isaac in a crana, which Misha, and Colano so at Nasi. The bridal train, the bridesmaids, page boys, flower girls. So at Nasia, they are also having their hair done. And know the same process, the pedicure and the manicure. For the bride, the bridesmaids, page boys. So Kolani now can so any aji or many aji. Ever happen. And I think your bridal maid, you can say, some patron, for you can switch and back on your flower girls, no back on so in the bed in Yamba or Princess Candy. So the near Japan. Wow. Or yes, so 3-in-1, yes. Or yeah, mass wedding, Amayang, with celebrating the union between these couples, helping them in their unity, their celebration. And in the same time, she's anticipating hers tomorrow. So see, Oba had their second image with their anything, the workers are happy and then supporting us here today. And then the couples and everyone supporting is also very, very happy to be here this morning.
Minia, I couldn't help but notice pictures in any videos now they send the professionalism with which the ladies at second image for nobody Juma, the attention to detail Juma, I couldn't help but notice that.
Yes, that's true. That's why it's one of the best. What do you call it? One of the best, apart from it being a skills college and everything, it's one of the best beauty therapy and then cosmetology and fashion schools in the country. So aside from that, they do training. So Obibia's officer who anything about the fashion industry, cosmetology, and then facial beauty therapy and then everything. Second image is the place for your weddings, ceremonies, every single event that you want to hold. For corporate events, or your company can help or staff, putting them through to say GMA we encourage skills training for our staff. This is also an avenue. Or Juma baby be all right now on the hand, or feeling the weekends. They can come to second image to even study some of these things and then use it as their side hustle.
All right. What was I pay?
Bama bi press ya hairstyle na me be hu kwa ya makono. So look at me see match here.
Joe, thank you. I'm going to cross over to the Wanshi Gardens now. Many new content Ninkomo on painting the picture. Send your SCC Honum. Send what people should expect one for MI. Good morning. Now, I know Zeminia.
And I Odo Danny West Margin that the VI come on daddy.
Painting picture and mammy see a route Wanshi Gardens. What are we likely to see?
Sammy, Wanshi Gardens more. As a winning. Now, a woman in Facebook can moody on phone, or happy. The moon phone, no more call Facebook. No more shit TV soon. Almost a moon share, moon from no on some measure. Yeah, El Coso and Wanshi Garden. Atmosphere, the surrounding one. Our ever dog. Ushesen on West see, how come. First thing on your left was a hand sanitizer. I want to say people feel reluctant to go where they have throw back because of the dress, decorating ISC or your tissue and everything. To be a come where your garden, garden, we don't make traffic channel when you some where you see at the panel tone. And yes, come. No random so what? Once I go to Dubai, so most of the malls now, a honey and lights in your manners, son, we can so lights like a crowd, put him in each chair and yes, to come and usher screens, usher send on my range chairs, social distancing, and the mobile baby, I come with the and yes, all of us will be Yachichemu, come, decoration, I'm saying red carpet with a red carpet to a white carpet, I demo. Maybe on the walking couples, me walking on my partner, maybe on the sitting in my yard. They've arranged the place nicely. In our bashens, so both and I send 84 normal flyers, normal banners, normal handy, and pass and I'm say, feeling, a feely, I'm going to be more Wanshi Garden, everything is set. Who shall be on my dinner, reception. Once on my range. Popcorn anywhere see anamani Sammy who be paying one sugar and can say only why you so be worry crana our dog.
But there was a need for the beautiful reporter Odemame. Let me say a very good morning to an incredible manager and auntie. You've been a genuine source of inspiration for me with admiration and a heart full of gratitude. I say God bless you so much, Henrietta. And this is coming from Alex Anyankwa. Wishing you a beautiful day. So, good morning to you. And this is coming from Alex Enyankwa. Wishing you a great morning, Henrietta. On that note, Bridget, maybe no one's an of on pay.
Yeah, Ebiana won't see me in Wanshi Gardens. But Facebook, dear, will be to me sharing.
Yeah.
And then wedding and easy. Abigail, I catch her, me say, or pay groom. Into your bay LPM, man, or not next year. With me, I can't be. It say, "Ochina mo bad and mo be can what happened, right?"
Yes, obviously. And it's about good live on ATV, Facebook, so about or Twitter, Instagram. Your handles in your habit, me no follow the Koso or Honum. You better man for CBG phones. You better man say more educating World Radio Day. One more ever kind of Valentine's. So one more day a year chocolates and a cake at their brain. Yenshia and it's all. Wanshi Gardens, that's where all roads are leading to. And Yenshia Honum.